morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at S3. My name is Carl Wasty and I'm joined by the lovely and amazing...
Zoe Brown. I probably should say my married surname now too, Anderson. There we go.
There you go. Zoe Brown, Anderson, van der Westhuizen, van Skalkwyk. There's like so many surnames happening here, but it's fine.
Identity crisis a little bit.
Not at all. This, you know what? We are here to entertain today and we're going to do that in the kitchen first. It's Culinary Hotline Delight Time this morning as we enter a series of food truck takeovers, and joining us in the kitchen is executive chef and owner of King's Kitchen, Warren King, and he's here to help us indulge in recipes like, hear this, a Charlie beef burger, prawn and chicken bowl with lime shake, crispy buttermilk chicken burger. Can you look at all those pictures? Those are from the food truck. I've actually been to this food truck before and I am very, very impressed.
Well, I hope those recipes get shared with us because that's the whole point of the Culinary Hotline. So perhaps if you have some questions for Mr. King, send them through on our WhatsApp line. That's what the Culinary Hotline is all about, is getting answers to your culinary conundrums. And then we have on our local front some entertainment to rub shoulders with our local stars. Dylan Windvogel, who is one of our favorites from one of our favorite TV shows. So he'll be joining us today for some entertainment.
And finally, we go international and welcome, because we have Australia's top country musician, James Johnston, who is here from down under, mate. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So make sure that you buckle up because we are here for you today. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show and we've added so much feel good.
We definitely did. In fact, we want to connect with you on social media. So when we say good morning, we mean it. We say good morning to you. And because we have a food truck takeover with the Culinary Hotline, tell us, when you want to treat yourself, what is your go-to type of fast food? You can share your voice notes with us on 063-408-8863, or you can simply comment on our Facebook post, our Instagram post, or even our X post, and be part of that conversation. We'll have some fun, and our mouths will probably water as we read all of your comments. But do go over and share your favorite treat when it comes to fast food.
Please do that, but let's take a look at the news from around the world. Starting nationally, the Gauteng Department of Health has raised concerns about the alarming rise of food poisoning incidents, particularly affecting children in the province. This follows an incident in which 41 children aged between 3 and 5 years old allegedly consumed rat poison on Monday, mistaking it for candy. In a separate incident, 10 people were treated at the Tele Mogorane Regional Hospital in Culinary after consuming poisonous products. The department says the 2 incidents bring the total number of the foodborne incidents recorded to 863, claiming 11 lives since October last year. Now, Transport Minister Sinisiwe Chikunga has given assurances that the new driver's license machine will be procured on time. The new driving license cards are to be rolled out at the end of the month. This after the current card printers have been bogged down with technical issues over the past few years, leading to intermittent breakdowns and inevitable backlogs of driver's license cards. Chikunga said they were at the tail end of procuring a new printing machine for the license cards. Now let's go international, shall we? More than 1 ton of cocaine has been intercepted by customs authorities in Senegal, the largest inland haul of the drug ever made in the country. A lorry carrying a 1.137 kilograms, or should I say 1,137 kilograms of cocaine was intercepted in the eastern town of Kidira near the border with Mali. Large drug hauls have become more common in Senegal. Just last November, the Navy seized 3 tons of cocaine from a ship off the country's coast. The region is a transit point for Latin American cartels trafficking drugs to Europe and elsewhere. Now, Denmark's historic old stock exchange building in the center of Copenhagen has been engulfed by fire. The 17th century Borsen is one of the city's oldest buildings, and onlookers gasped yesterday morning as its iconic dragon spire tumbled into the street below. Culture Minister Jacob Engel-Schmidt said 400 years of Danish cultural heritage had gone up in flames. Members of the public rushed to rescue historic paintings, and the building, dating back to 1625, is a stone's throw away from Denmark's parliament. And wrapping things up, this year, the SA Guide Dogs Association College of Orientation and Mobility celebrates a remarkable 50 years of training orientation and mobility practitioners. Now, with a legacy of impacting over 100,000 visually impaired individuals through the training of 180 practitioners, the provision of some 7,000 assistive devices, and a decade of direct services, they have now launched the Give a Cane campaign. The goal is to raise 550,000 Rand for 500 visually impaired individuals by the 18th of July. Donors and the public are urged to contribute a minimum of 50 Rand to support ongoing training, equipment provision, and to ensure that the association's dedication to independence thrives for another 50 years. But most important, to provide more assistive equipment to those in need. So if you can assist, all those details are on your screen. We'd love to see you participate. That is it for your news for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a first look at the sporting action and lots of Champions League action coming your way.
Thank you so much, Carlito. Let's start right there in Paris Saint-Germain. They rallied from behind to defeat a 10-man Barcelona 4-1 last night, securing their spot in the Champions League semi-finals with a 6-4 aggregate win. What a turnaround. So despite Rafinha's early goal for Barcelona, Ronald Araujo's red card shifted the momentum undoubtedly. Then Ousmane Dembele and Vitinha equalising the tie before Kylian Mbappe's double ensured PSG's first semi-final since 2021. Then elsewhere, Borussia Dortmund continued their incredible season. They also advanced, beating Atletico Madrid 4-2 at home to take the 4-5, or rather 5-4 aggregate win there. Now let's dispel some rumours in the golfing world, and we start with this. Rory McIlroy has dismissed those rumours of joining Live Golf, affirming his commitment to the PGA Tour. So reports of an estimated $850 million deal were swiftly denied by the Northern Irishman, the four-time major winner, of course. Liv has attracted some top talent, including John Ram, but McIlroy remains loyal to the PGA Tour amid ongoing discussions. But I'll certainly watch that space. And ahead of the RBC Heritage, McIlroy clarified his stance, emphasising his respect for players who are joining the Live Tour. Now let's turn to tennis, and Rafael Nadal has marked his comeback from injury with a convincing performance and victory over Flavio Cobolli at the Barcelona Open. The 22-time Grand Slam champion, out of action since January, displayed his clay court prowess once again in a commanding 6-2, 6-3 win. So next up for the Spaniard in the second round is Australian Alex de Minaur. Now we can turn to the Olympics with a lot of excitement. It's real. The flame for the 2024 Paris Olympics has officially ignited in Olympia, the ancient birthplace of the Games. Commencing its journey in a relay, the flame will illuminate the Summer Games cauldron in July. And Greek rowing champion Stefanos Antouskos, he kickstarts the torch relay spanning 5,000 kilometers across Greece over 11 days, engaging over 600 torchbearers before reaching Athens' Panathenaic Stadium for the ceremonial handover on the 26th of April. The Olympics are coming, and we love it. That's where we leave our sport for now. Of course, the weather taking on a whole different relevance right now. Let's see if there are any warnings to take in before we touch on those temperatures.
Thanks, G-Man. Well, let's take a first look at your weather. In recent weeks, several parts of the country were lambasted by harsh weather in the form of damaging winds and violent storms, with heavy downpours that brought flash flooding, amongst others, to Margate on the KwaZulu-Natal south coast, a prime and extremely popular holiday destination in South Africa. Businesses and residents are still reeling from the impact of the 2 nights of flash floods in the area. 5 people lost their lives due to the inclement weather. 3 people drowned when their vehicle were traveling in was washed away, and 1 other person was struck by lightning. The 5th victim fell from a roof while attempting to prevent weather from entering his dwelling. But the forecast by the South African Weather Service for today reminds one of the saying, all quiet on the Western Front, as no warnings has been issued. We love seeing your beautiful sunrise views, so if you have one you'd like to share, please do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. But let's take a first look at your temperatures for today.
Orpington still hasn't got quite the memo, but it's okay. The seasons have changed, but of course we're only interested in one particular season. That's footy season.
Come on.
Oh, UEFA Champions League has been serving it up. Mitch is here to bring us the latest. A couple of shocks in the world of sport at the moment, man. Some big shoulders for us to lean on when it comes to our sporting action.
Yeah.
So if your team lost, don't worry, we got you covered. And then we've got a jam-packed show. James Anderson is here to perform just for us. He's come all the way from Australia to prove why he is the hottest talent in country music right now. I know I've laid that out there, and he will deliver. He sounds like the most incredible person, and the voice is magical. Stick around. We'll delve into his journey in just a moment.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We missed you, but you're still there. Thank you. It's S3 Expresso, and joining us right now is somebody who is incredibly talented. Some people call him the Thunder from Down Under. I have to say that I'm joking. I made up that name. It worked for me. His name is James Johnston, who is known as Australia's most exciting country music artist today. And this is his first time in South Africa and our Feel Good Breakfast show, which is so important. So I feel like he needs a round of applause. Please welcome James Johnston. Boo, boo, shake the room. Yeah, mate. Oh, this is great.
I have to say, this is the first time I've been called the Thunder from Down Under.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. It might stick. It might stick.
It's going to, I hope so.
How are you finding South Africa? I mean, this is your first time here.
Yeah, I only got here about 2 days ago, so I'm just seeing a little bit, and I went to the wine country yesterday, and it's beautiful. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Yeah.
And you're here awake this morning. You went to wine country yesterday and you're awake.
I had a couple of wines yesterday and then I'm wide awake, so I'm doing well.
Well done. It's either very good coffee or you fake it well. Doesn't matter though, because we'd love to know a bit more about, country music itself. So country music is dynamic. It's changing.
Yep.
I think everybody's the center of the world, USA, country music. That's where it comes from. But now you're hearing artists from South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and the like, all connecting. So for you, what really latched you onto country music?
So country has just been a part of my story since about the age of 4 years old. If you know some of the legends of country music, the very first song that I sung at 4 years old, I had the the big hat on, the boots and the whole bit. I was singing Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Yes.
So I think I was always destined to be a country music singer. But it's a really exciting time at the moment for country music. You know, we were just speaking, Rowan Ash is a good friend, a South African artist, and we write together in Nashville a fair bit.
It's so cool.
I love the idea that there's artists from all around the world connecting and country's really having a moment, you know.
It really is, and I love that because it's a music genre I feel like a lot of people are missing out on if they haven't heard it yet or if they don't give it the light of day that it deserves.
Yeah.
Now, what is bringing you to Cape Town? Because I know there is the Country Music Festival.
I'm very excited about this. So this is my very first time, as I said, in South Africa, and I'm playing at the Cape Town Country Music Festival that's happening, I think, the 26th and 27th of October, which is just going to be an amazing event. You know, it was only... last year, Kip Moore came through here and sold out a stadium of 45,000 people singing country music. And it's just so exciting that country music is in such a great, healthy place here in South Africa. And I think this festival is going to be the biggest and best yet.
Oh.
It really is. The thing is about country music, it's synonymous with people, folk. They come together for a good time. And if you know South Africans, I mean, you know Rowan Ash and the like, we like to come together. So did Rowan prepare you for South Africa? Like, are there things that you were told and you arrived and you're like, I get it now? Was there anything that shocked you about SA?
Well, he said, and I think this is where, you know, kindred spirit of Australians and South Africans. So we like to drink, you know, and South Africans like to drink. And it is country music, so, so we like to have a good time. So I think I'll be very much at home here.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you will.
And cuisine-wise, did he recommend, you know, when you're in South Africa, especially Cape Town, you have to try a Gatsby or you have to try a Koesister, any of those things?
No, but I feel like I'm learning something right now, so I need to try a few of these things, clearly, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have to throw you into the kitchen. We have a culinary hotline, and one of the best food truck masters is here in our kitchen today. So I feel like you need to be in there to taste some SA cuisine.
I'll be more than happy to try something,
That'd be amazing. We're looking forward to, you know, this country music festival, but also for you to return here, because as you said, we are kindred spirits. I mean, we call our country SA. That's also South Australia. So there's a lot of connections to it, though. But I think just in terms of your approach to your writing as well, where do you draw your inspiration from? Just so that we know when we hear your songs today, when you perform, like we need to cry with you, feel things with you. So your inspiration, where's that coming from?
So I grew up on the land. You know, my folks had a cattle property. They sold tractors for a living, and you know, so many of my songs are inspired from those moments growing up. And I think my story, being from a small town in Australia, is also a lot of people's story from growing up on the land, coming from small communities here in South Africa. And I never really thought about that when I started writing my songs. But as I start to travel around the world, I realised that my little hometown stories, a lot of people is from all around the world.
Wow. And all these little places have beautiful little hometowns. Now, how did you end up in Tennessee?
So Nashville, I've been back and forth to Nashville for a long time. Nashville was actually the place that reinvigorated my love of country music. I was traveling through there about 10 years ago, and as I said, I've been doing country my whole life. But I just happened to be passing through. I was traveling around America, and that first night, I stayed awake until about 7 a.m. that morning, and I sat behind this old honky-tonk piano, and I started writing music, and I stayed there for a week, and I wrote songs every night, and there's just something about that place, the music, the culture, that really just is incredibly inspiring.
It is. We are inspired by you, James. We're looking forward to hearing your music today.
Appreciate you having me.
And you know what? If there's any questions about South Africa, if you want to know certain words as well, we can teach you many words, most of which you can't say on live TV, but we'll teach you all of those. But it's great to have you, and honestly, you're most welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Lovely. James Johnston, what a legend. 26, 27 October. We've got a Cape Town Country Festival coming your way, so make sure you do not miss it. It's going to be fantastic. Some food coming up, some music, food for the soul. But talking about music, there was operatic music just last night. It was the Champions League's anthem, and I can tell you that there's a nice rundown for you right now with Graham and my boy Mitch.
Oh, thank you so much. No one spoke about the buffness of the lads on stage. James Johnston, we might call him by another name a few different times this morning, because we like to give people nicknames on our show. Only on live TV, baby. Well, let's see if we can generate a few more of those expletives by talking about football this morning. We're going to jump into what can only be described as an electrifying Champions League quarter-final stage. Paris Saint-Germain overcame Barcelona 4-1, securing a spot in the semis, and Kylian Mbappe's double. It really did lead the charge, showcasing PSG's attacking prowess, or at least his. Meanwhile, Borussia Dortmund continued their incredible season, staging a stunning comeback, defeating Atletico Madrid 4-2 to advance with sheer pig-headedness, determination. Mitch Machana is here, the man who can do everything, the man who can do absolutely
Come on,
everything
look
at the
at you.
moment.
Look
At you, man. You're having the season of your life at the moment, bud. So I'm glad we can play a little part of that. Let's talk about last night's footy. PSG, there has been a lot of talk about the club for all the wrong reasons for a couple of months now, and Kylian Mbappe has been at the heart of a lot of that. It didn't look like a lack of commitment last night. It didn't look like a team that doesn't have the sting at the end of the tail. It looked like a class outfit. Talk us through that performance last night.
Yeah, look, I mean, all credit goes out to PSG. I think they were the team that were just lethal in attack. They were all out against Barcelona. And plus, playing away from home after the result that they had last week, I mean, they were determined. You saw Kylian, show up with those 2 goals. But I was really impressed by the young left winger, Bacola. What a play. Listen, he was so electrifying down that left wing. I think he was the real spark in that PSG attack. Ousmane Dembele as well. He got a goal and 2 assists. I mean, he was previously part of Barcelona, so you could hear the boos every single time he touched the ball, but he showed up last night.
He delivered. It just felt like there was a lot in it.
Yeah.
And maybe partly because of Kylian's story, and maybe you've got to hand it to the other players on that pitch to just get stuck in and kind of keep that out of their minds. What does this say about his future at the club? I know it's just one game, one performance, but it's a pivotal moment. He looked committed. It doesn't look like a player who's fishing to move to another club, but clearly there's interest, man.
But I mean, look, so an interview came out, he did the presser and he said, you know what, this doesn't change his decision moving forward. I think we are looking at Kylian Mbappe's farewell tour, if I'm being honest with you, Graham.
So he just wants to prove who he is,
Exactly, and plus, he'll retire, he'll go on top if he does win the Champions League with PSG. It's been something that they've been wanting for years now. Neymar couldn't do it, Ronaldinho couldn't do it. Could Kylian Mbappe do it?
How much have they spent in pursuit of this dream, do you think? How many billions? How many billions?
A couple.
So maybe that then kind of highlights what you've got to do to be able to achieve European success based on the current criteria. A criteria that Barcelona seem maybe about 20 years behind. Something isn't clicking for that team, and they were patting themselves in the back last week, saying, "Yeah, look, we can still compete in Europe. We're still okay. We're okay." Didn't look like that last night. What's not happening at that camp, right?
Look, I think last night was a case of there weren't enough cool heads. Because, I mean, you expect Barcelona to control the tempo. That's, their heritage.
Keep the ball,
And they weren't keeping the ball as much. They were threatening an attack. I mean, the 17-year-old, I think the Spanish authorities need to check his ID, because Lamine Yamal is not 17. He plays with the maturity of a 27-year-old who's been playing this game, and he was the bright spark. I know Barcelona went down to 10 men with that red card, but if he stayed on, I think he would have been quite the difference, even if Barcelona went down to 10,
Well, I mean, these guys play with authority because they started when they were like 2.5 or maybe 1.
Exactly.
And they started captaining by 3, and then, they're on their way. Let's look at the other draw. Atletico Madrid going down to Borussia Dortmund on aggregate. Borussia Dortmund having the time of their lives at the moment. Really good performance.
Look, it's vibes, because in the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen has secured that.
Hey, what an incredible season. Can we just tip our heads? Because they've been caught, Neverkusen for as long as I've known them. So
And now it's never losing. So shout out to Xabi Alonso.
Incredible.
But I think Dortmund have said goodbye to the Bundesliga and they put all their eggs in the basket in the Champions League. They've been doing so well. They defeated PSV and now they moved on over to Atletico Madrid. I mean, Atletico Madrid's known to be defensively, you know, quite resolute.
Quite Italian.
But the Dortmund attack were just so incredible last night. It was exciting to see how some of the young players, some of the lone players also stepped up to do the business.
Because it's European glory, man.
Of course.
It's European glory. Looking forward to tonight. Could it not be better poised? We've got a 2-2 aggregate. Arsenal, Bayern. 3-3 aggregate. City, Real Madrid. Oh, my word. I suppose, I mean, Harry Kane, I love you, kid. Good luck to you tonight. Let's talk about City and Real Madrid.
Look, I don't have a great track record coming here on Expresso and talking about my Real Madrid. Every single time I've come here, I've come the next day and we've lost. So hopefully things change.
Do you want me to get up and go to the bathroom and come? That's normally when Spurs win or score a goal. It's when I leave to go and fetch a brew or something like that. I could do it for you, man. This is what the UEFA Champions League was created for, yeah?
Yeah. Look, it's heritage. Real Madrid City, it's been one of those rivalries in Europe that's been brewing over the past couple of years. I think Real go to the Etihad not winning. They've never won there. So there's a lot of history in there where City last season beat them 4-1. It's a new Real team with Jude Bellingham at the helm. We're going to have to see what happens, man.
Unfortunately, I think over this weekend, City just found their 6th gear. So it's going to be some tough beating. But Carl, who is going to win tonight? Of course, we know it's going to be Real Madrid.
It worries me that Mitch just said that whenever he comes here, that we lose. No, man. I cannot have that bad luck.
Remove that bad juju.
I cannot have that. Please, man. Okay, so I'm going to say Real Madrid this evening will be successful after the 3-3 in the first leg.
Touch wood.
It's going to be, please touch wood. Touch as much as you can. It's going to be successful. I'll tell you why, because, you know, whenever Dylan Windvogel's here, Real Madrid win. So I'm just saying that he's a TikTok, sensation, content creator, actor, and just somebody who's a good omen for Real Madrid. So he's going to be here.
And then, of course, we're also, after the break, going to introduce you to the incredible Dyson Airwrap Multi-Styler. It's every girl's dream. I think it's going to become Wastie's dream too,
Absolutely.
to style his mohawk.
That's
but we'll bring you all the ins and outs, so stay tuned.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Joining us right now is an incredible young man. His name is Dylan Windvogel, and he is a content creator. He's a dancer, he's an actor, and of course you might just know him for his role as Wade Daniels on a very popular South African series. Let's give him a feel-good welcome. Pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
You're lucky you kept your name. I'm changing everyone's names this morning. Just having a little bit of fun here, man. Buddy, welcome, dude.
Thank you so much for having me. It's very early, so I'm very happy to be here at the start of my morning. So,
I like it. I thought you were taking us down a dark path, and you said, but I'm very happy to be here.
No,
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I'm a morning person. So
Good.
to start it with work is always lovely.
Oh, it's good to
what
have
the
you,
weirdest thing is?
None of us are morning people.
No, all of us are morning people. I'm a morning person, but I have to say Dylan, and I want to say Wade so bad. It's like I don't know what to do. And I think, is this something that you get often where you'll be walking in the street? I was just chatting to a friend of mine yesterday about how tough it is to be like Stefano De Mura, man. Whenever Stefano De Mura walks in the street, he's like, Stefano, ain't you? So like for you being Wade, is that Wade following you more than Dylan, your real name?
Definitely so, but surprisingly, I get called Blood and Water and not Wade. Or I'll get called a show's name and not the character.
That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I get called every white guy that's ever been on TV, pretty much just... They'll go through a list of over the decades, dude.
Yes.
I feel your family kind of get distinction between character and real person, because it's difficult when we see so much of you, dude.
Yeah, no, I think even for back home with the community and my family, or more specifically the community, not so much my family, there's like this balance, or not even a balance, it's like, do we know you because you've been our neighbor for like so much years, or are you different now that we've seen
I saw what you did last week on the show.
So it's like, they don't know where to place their footing, but it's been blessed, it's been lovely, how I've been received, it's just super phenomenal. It's just a journey that I'm currently enjoying and hope to stay on.
It's a good season, man. It's
You
a good
will.
season, yeah.
You will. There's a lot in your future, my friend, and a lot of good stuff. I can feel a lot of awards coming. I'm putting that into your universe, and you deserve
Manifest,
it.
yeah.
But of course, you're moving into the industry itself. It's quite a scary industry. We work in South Africa. Socioeconomics not exactly on our side if you want to do the entertainment industry. Trust, we know it's very tough out there. So if you have a spare change, no, I'm kidding. So tell me about your journey to becoming a performer and choosing this path and the support you got to take this path. How did that start, and how has it been up until this point?
It all started by accident. The choice to start this journey was, so I thought I was entering a hip-hop class in primary school. Yes, that was the thought. It turned out it was ballet. So I entered the class and there was...
Same thing.
Same. And when I entered the class, I was confused because I thought it was hip-hop. But as soon as I got used to the genre, the style of dance in general, being very shy, this now became my language. And I fell in love with performing, or more specifically dance at the time. And I remember I was 8 years old and this auntie came backstage after we'd done a concert at our primary school, and she was like, Dylan, say me no, let's smile. And I went to my mom and dad and I said, I want to do that for the rest of my life.
Wow.
I want to make people smile. And that's why acting came into the conversation and content creation came, because there's sort of like this retirement age for dancers because your body starts to give in. Where for actors, there is no retirement age.
You almost get better the longer you do it, man.
Yes. So I was like, okay, maybe I should venture that way, and then entering an art school just made it so much easier to do.
Now the world is an art school. What we are able to pick up on TikTok alone, and this goes both ways, whether you're learning, whether you're looking for kind of your tribe, your people to plug into, people who kind of represent what you want to represent in the world as well. But it's also an opportunity for people to see you, for you to market yourself, for you to sell yourself. And how you're doing it on TikTok in particular, you've obviously got the perfect skill set for it. How do you approach that side of things? Is it as effortless and just cool as it looks? Or is it quite a structured thing that you're going, okay, this is a career and an arm to my career that I need to grow and build? How do you put it in perspective?
For me personally, how I entered that journey was at first effortless. It was just placing a phone down, and because I missed dancing, especially acting as much as I did, I missed dancing, and TikTok became that way that I can just express just that minute bit about myself that I enjoyed. We're now receiving as much traction that I have, brands I've approached. So now there needs to be structure. There needs to be, okay, on this day I need to shoot it. On this day I need to post it.
That's a job, yo.
So it's no longer just putting a phone down. It's now the planning before the time. It's the planning after. It's the editing and all of those things before I post it. But it's been fun still, which is very good. And then there's always those moments, which is very far and few, but where I get to just put the phone down and just dance.
And just be,
just follow a trend or follow a challenge that someone's doing.
Or create a trend.
Or create one,
Creating is good, though. I mean, this is it. Okay, this is you here. I got this from your social media. I stalked you. And look at you. And that's all you're doing, just a little bit. But also, anybody who's bold enough to wear yellow pants in a TikTok video
to
is
lead with the yellow pants.
Who's very confident. Look there how he moves his hips.
I mean, you could have put the camera higher, but you were like, no, these pants are going to get their moment.
Oh, my days.
Honestly. It's like a bright, shiny day, those pants. But we're proud of you. Honestly, you are going places, and I know that on a content creation level and on an acting level, there's still more for you, man. And I really think that there are many more yellow pants in your future. So all the best, Wade. I mean, Dylan. Blood and water, sorry. But we do want to put you through your TV presenting paces today as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we are going to make sure that you are looked after today. We've got a bit of an entertainment news vibe that you are going to be hosting for us as well. We're going to sit back, have a cup of coffee.
Are you're such a good actor. I don't know if you're acting right now, terrified, or if you really are terrified. He's acting, eh?
We just figured.
Confused, shocked.
I'm getting that. I'm getting that as well. That's brilliant. This guy's such a good actor.
Do you have a TV voice?
Do I have
Do you have a TV voice that you can maybe just say something in a
Like now?
Yeah, like right now. Just like say it's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Eh?
It's the Feel Good Breakfast Show on Expresso. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's perfect.
Oh, is that good?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier.
That's how we
Exactly,
sound.
Zoe. Thank you. Finally, someone said it. Finally.
Oh, gents, you need to watch out. Your jobs might be at stake here. But listen, I want to introduce you to something that's absolutely fantastic. Now, each pioneered and produced with the utmost care, Dyson provides us with strong, lightweight products that do more with less. Now, I met up with one of their stylists, Sia Kali, to try out their Air Wrap multi-styler for myself. Let's take a look. Over the years, Woolworths have grown their homeware section where you can find everything you need for your home, from state-of-the-art vacuum cleaners and air purifiers to infamous beauty appliances. Today, I'm at Woolworths at the V&A Waterfront, where I'm about to visit their Dyson section and to see their latest beauty must-have, the Dyson Airwrap Multi-Styler, a product designed to bring you the best in style, technology, and innovation. Sia, the space is incredible. What can customers expect when they come to the Dyson area within Woolworths?
So customers can expect to not only see, but experience demonstrations of Dyson products. So our Dyson expert will help them understand the technology behind each product, but also get a feel for why we say only a Dyson works like a Dyson.
Now you have me very interested in the multi-styler. What sets this hair tool apart from the others on the market?
So a traditional hair styler uses extreme heat to style the hair. Our Dyson Airwrap does not use extreme heat. It instead uses airflow. The benefit of using airflow is there is no heat damage.
Can we try the Airwrap on my hair?
Certainly.
Sia, I'm seeing a lot of attachments here. Where does one even begin?
Okay, so we start with our curling barrels. That if your hair is up to chest length, you choose the shorter Airwrap Complete. If your hair is longer than the chest, then we use the longer Airwrap Complete Long. So when we're actually forming the curl, we use full fan speed, full heat. Then we're gonna isolate a little section of hair like that. I'm gonna hold the Airwrap a few centimeters from the end. Once it's in position, I'm going to turn the Airwrap on and it will actually start to form the curl. Then I very gently move the Airwrap straight up. So notice I'm not twisting, I'm just moving it straight up. Okay. Once the hair is dry, we have a little button right over here that I'm going to press and hold up. This is to actually set the curl, to cool the hair down and set the curl. Once the curl has been set, I turn the Airwrap off and then very gently pull straight down.
I would highly encourage you to buy a Dyson Airwrap because you get so much value out of it. With all those various attachments, there really is something for any mood. Oh, look at that! What are some of the various hairstyles we can create using our Airwrap?
So you can create a blowout with gentle waves in your hair. You can create a curly look where your curls are really nice and tight. You can also create a smooth, slick, straight finish. So this is the Coanda Smoothing Dryer. When you have the grow out, this is for drying your hair. Once you hold the Cool Touch top and rotate it all the way around, this is now for removing fly waste. Once I turn it on, you'll notice in the mirror, the hair, so as I run gently down, notice how smooth the hair is.
I've always been fascinated with the Dyson Airwrap, and now I finally got to test it out on my hair. Even though my hair wasn't damp, I was still able to get beautiful curls, gorgeous volume, and just movement to my hair.
And there we go, all done.
Oh, Sia, I love it. I walked in here with dull, flat hair, and now I'm leaving with beautiful bounce and a bit of volume. Thank you. From brand pioneers when it comes to technology to make your life easier, the Dyson Airwrap is your hair styling staple. Shop the Dyson Airwrap multi-styler at Woolworths. You can do so in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app.
Wow.
Can I just say each curl did come with a sound effect? Every time I made a curl, I'm like, oh.
I know, honestly, it looked like a spiritual experience, to be quite honest. The heavens opened and a little cherub came down and delivered this. It is, just looking at the box, it sounds crazy, but they got the brief, yo.
They got the brief.
This is incredible.
This is beautiful, and I love the various attachments. So I've got the Dyson Complete Long, which means it's full hair longer than chest length.
Okay.
If you've got shorter hair, they've got a shorter attachment. But these are the barrels for the curls, so you get thick ones and thin ones. If you want to dry brush your hair, these are the two brushes for more coarse hair and more fine hair. This is your typical blow-drying brush attachment, and then this is the incredible one that it's almost like a bit of a hair dryer and the flyaways.
That is crazy. That's going to help a lot of people. I know we're not like saving world hunger here, but this is a big thing. It really is like having a stylist in your own hand.
You can put your stylist in your box, so there we go.
Yay.
How incredible. Well, listen, you can explore the versatility of the Airwrap multi-styler, engineered to suit multiple hair types, lengths and styles, and you can shop it and more at Woolworths, accessible in-store, online and through the app.
Big love is in the tiny details. Every second, every look, every stitch. The details make the difference.
Coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, James Johnston, the Thunder from Down Under, is going to be performing for you in the next couple of minutes, so make sure you stay there. Plus, the gentleman who's very busy in the background, right? Warren King is here from King's Kitchen, taking over Culinary Hotline Bling, and I can guarantee you this man's buns are the best in the biz. Stick around.
Are you auditioning and getting ready for Tropica Island of Treasure? Well, don't let joint and muscular pain hold you back. Deep Heat is your go-to warm-up solution and SA's #1 choice.
Oh, yes, and here's an extra incentive. The top 7 contestants heading to the island will each receive 10,000 Rand from Deep Heat. And remember, you can upload your audition with the hashtag Deep Heat and the hashtag Tropica and tag MyTropica.
Who knows, you could be competing in Zanzibar.
Yeah, it's time to reach your full potential.
Get Deep Heat and conquer the island.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I have told everybody that they must ting, ting, ting when I say this, right? I've told them, I've paid them. So welcome to another edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling! That was okay. We'll get better as the show goes along. Now, for the next few weeks, we are giving local food truck owners the opportunity to share some of their customer favorite dishes with us. Also to give you some of the sneaky recipes so you can use it at home too. And we have an executive chef, the owner of King's Kitchen, the man himself, Warren King, is here. And the first recipe we want to delve into is something simple. I think every food truck that you may have gone to, a burger is quite important, especially a beef burger. And Warren King is here to showcase his stuff. But Warren, welcome, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Isn't this amazing how, you know, you were in a food truck in a little window chi, and now you're like on a bigger window chi, which is the
100%.
television.
Amazing.
Right?
I'm excited, yeah, 100%.
So, just Warren King, what a talent you are. Before we get onto your recipe, just a quick background. Transferring from executive chef into food truck owner, it's got to be, I mean, it's passion, of course, but I'm sure it was quite a challenge, like a risk to jump into a food truck industry that sometimes is very scary.
Extremely. I think you sometimes need to, as a chef, take a risk into what you want to do, and obviously you have to have a plan.
Yes, you do.
You can't just really jump into it and then figure out what you want to do.
Yes.
So it's like a pre-planned episode for me, and just taking all my experience that I've learned for the 14 years and developing everything into the truck.
Great, and that's the amazing thing. And talking about development, I'm watching you do some love making to this burger here, my word. I mean, you added a great seasoning onto a burger. Now, I need to know your meat for your burger.
Yes.
Everybody has their own mix.
Correct.
What's your mix like for your grind?
So it's like a 70-30% ratio to beef and fat, so that even if you have your burger well done, you're still going to have it nice and moist.
Oh, that's
Instead
very true.
of having a dry burger, which we shouldn't cook a burger well done anyways.
See, this is what many people don't sort of understand about burgers themselves. In fact, we're switching, by the way. You are standing aside now. Is that a burger itself is going to rest like a steak would, and I think a lot of people like to overcook, you know, their meats in that particular way. And
100%.
I love just a little bit of blush in the middle for my burgers. You know, nothing too well done. I don't want it grey in the middle. I still want to taste the meat a little bit.
Correct, yes.
I mean, you say 70-30 in terms of ratio, and you want to feel and taste the meat as well. And do you have any specific cuts of meat that you prefer over others, or are you pretty happy? I know people love chuck.
Yeah, so it's a blend between chuck and shoulder meat, so that you can have different textures to it. I think is very important.
This is very, very great. In fact, if you have any questions, we're always open to them. So 0634088863. Remember, we are just opening this entire kitchen up. If you perhaps you've wanted to start a food truck and you want to ask Warren about, how it is to start one. Maybe you've got some, recipe ideas that you've tried and maybe you need to perfect. This is why we are here on the Culinary Hotline Bling, especially for you with Warren King from King's Kitchen. Now, we're doing a bit of a toast in the burger. So let's go for basics here. So now you're cooking your burger. It is on, I'm looking, it's like medium high. Are you going there for that?
Yeah.
But your buns are toasted.
Yes, very important.
The significance of toasting your buns.
Yes.
Let's just, for those who are still starting out with burger making, why is that important for you?
I think for me personally, it just creates more flavor to your butter, because I always say, do you rather want your bread toasted or untoasted? Which is better? And also, if you toast it, it kind of holds the flavor instead of all the juices resting into the bun where it becomes soggy.
That's
so
correct.
if you toast your bun, it keeps all the flavor nice into it.
I agree, and also that bite.
Yes.
Because, you don't get a toast on the outside, so when you crunch into it, you have that beautiful, that toasty layer, and then all the softness of the burger comes in, and all the other constituents of your burger, which is beautiful, which is great. So we're going to do a burger today. I'm seeing that you're cooking that to perfection. Buns are going in. I see you've got an oil pot right in the middle there.
Yes.
What is the connection there? What are we doing in that center bit?
So we'll be frying the Charlie croquettes.
Woo!
So it is a mushroom croquette that I do, not your normal or average mushroom. So it takes a nice span to actually create it. So I get mushrooms and then I chop it up, nice brunoise. And then from that, I will saute it so I can get the moisture out.
Hold on. This thing, I'm looking at heights here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of height going on here. How big is this burger actually? Because the thing is, I've just seen a little picture of your burger.
Yeah.
Is it really that big? There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, now you tell me, are you expecting a person to bite into that, like just as in they... Do you flatten it first to bite into it, or you just have to go for it?
What people normally do is when they see the mushrooms,
yes,
they actually take it off and eat it before they actually eat the burger.
Why would they do that?
So you should actually eat it with the burger so that you can get the entire... There we go.
Can we just show that? Sorry, I just want to show you this. It's important. Do you see this? This is what you want from your burger bun. If you're not doing this to your bun, you're not having fun. Don't forget that. Look at this. That's perfect, my friend. And now I'm looking at, see now your burger's got that caramelization on the outside, and this is why a 70-30 mix is important, because you've got those fats coming through. As soon as that fat hits that hot pan, it caramelizes. Once again, you've got another layer of texture when you have your burger, and you have your bite, which is so great. So I'm looking forward to the rest. So now your lettuce are going on, and I always call like lettuce it's a bit of vitality, but it's the protector from sogginess, if you think about it, you know, with the burger itself. But now let's go down with those Charlie croquettes when your oil is ready, because I'm excited to see how this height will look. Remember, 063-408-8863. If you have any questions for Warren or for myself, I mean, I'm happy to answer too. Please send that through. You can do that via voice note if you want to. Alternatively, jump on the line. We'd love to answer. All right, croquettes going in. Oil temperature, any specifics about that, or just basically
I think
lekker warm?
Not very hot. Otherwise, you're going to basically burn the breadcrumbs. And when the center would still... Because remember, I make it and I freeze it, so I can keep the texture.
Fantastic.
So when we fry it, you want the oil to be at least about between 170, 175.
Yes.
So it's nice and browns on outside, but soft on inside.
So tell me about a food truck here, because you just said you froze that. Now, in terms of food truck prep, I think this is an inside scoop, a bit of a secret. So maybe if you are indeed starting a food truck, or maybe your friend has one, the prep itself is quite important, because there are certain elements that you are going to cook prior before serving to customers, so that you can ensure that there's a lot more speed when it comes to service. So what are some of the things that you pre-plan and cook prior?
So I don't pre-plan and cook nothing. I do everything...
Everything fresh at King's Kitchen?
Everything fresh, 100%. The only thing that we pre-do is the croquettes, because it has to be frozen in order to plan it.
So good freshness no matter what?
Yeah, always fresh.
Oh, man.
Prep every day nice and fresh, so that the customer can get that experience of freshness.
And also just waiting at the window, smelling the smells. As you can, like, I'm smelling all the smells now, and I think that's the virtue of a food truck. You are smelling all the elements together, and then getting a product, paying for it, but also supporting a small business. And this is what I love about food trucks as well. The great thing is that you're such a popular guy, Warren. We've got a voice note that came through on 063-408-8863. Let's take a listen.
Very good morning. My name is Sani from Expresso. I just want to ask if there isn't any tips on a nice sauce for a burger.
Thank you, Sani. I appreciate it. From Mitchell's Plain, tips for a sauce for a burger. Everybody's got their own thing. As a food truck owner, don't give away too many surprises, because I think a secret sauce is quite important, but elements that you think would build a good sauce. Any ideas?
I think, personally, just developing your own homemade sauce instead of just using an average basting sauce for a burger, which a lot of people do use to keep that moisture and the taste to it. But personally, I like to develop my own sauces and keep it unique to what I know. And when a customer actually experiences it, they can taste that they haven't tasted this before.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. A sauce for a burger. There was Sani. I hope they answered that question. In fact, Sani, I've got a little hint, a little tip for you as well if you are looking for one, because since I'm going through. So, Warren, I'm not sure if you ever heard about this, but sometimes you can actually take an onion, and you grate an onion. When you grate an onion, you can mix it through into a little bit of tomato sauce and mustard and create a sauce for your burger patty. So what that does is that grated onion, as soon as it hits the heat, it starts caramelizing on the actual burger. Even though I like my burgers without basting, but if you're going to baste the burger, a little idea for you, grate an onion into some tomato sauce and mustard, and you make a little burger sauce. It's absolutely beautiful, and you can save some for the actual layering of the burger as well. It's something that I tried at home.
Onion is flavor.
And it's flavor, brother. It's money.
Onion is money.
Oh, man.
You cannot start anything without an onion.
That's very true, eh? Especially
Very
the best
important.
curries. So, Warren, thank you so much for joining us here. Don't go anywhere, please. We still have got another 2 sections of this for you. Remember, question 063-408-8863. We're going to finish this burger for you, and I want to show you the height of it. So you may want to stick around for the proper King's Kitchen Warren King quality burger that's going to blow your mind in the next couple of minutes. So stick with us. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Oh, it smells incredible, but we're also going to welcome you to Game Store's Price Beat Promise, where the thrill of shopping meets unbeatable deals right here in Mzansi. Now, we're about to unveil the secret to scoring the lowest prices.
It's kind of the worst kept secret, really, because we do know about it, but it really does work. So this is how you need to approach this. Okay, so first up, you've got to spot a cheaper price for the same product at a competitor on the day of your purchase. So it's got to be like right now. Then you've got to bring their leaflet to game and they'll beat it. As easy as that. Boom.
How incredible is that? So make sure it's valid on the same day of your price beat request. And need to know more, you can head on over to game.co.za on how to redeem your price beat online.
And the staff at Game are brilliant as well. They'll know exactly how you can plug into this and you can get refunded the difference you paid plus an extra 10%, giving you more bang for your buck with every shop. I love it.
Oh, but hold on to your carts because the excitement doesn't end there. How does the chance to win a 2,000 Rand game shopping voucher, stores voucher, sound? Well, listen, to enter, all you have to do is answer one simple question. What is one item on your wish list you check with Game Store's Price Beat Promise? You can share that item, your answer, on the competition post that's available on Expresso's social media pages. And don't forget that hashtag #GotGame.
I'm thinking hard, hey? I'm thinking hard. I'm thinking it's time for me to maybe mature onto a double-door air fryer. I need more space now.
Bigger air fryer.
Yeah, or maybe a third air fryer. Maybe I can have 3 air fryers running at the same time and run a business.
I'm trying to think now what I would want. Well, you know what? I'm obsessed with orange juice, but like freshly squeezed orange juice and doing it manually. I would love one of those electric juicers. Yes. That's something I would check out.
That's a really good idea. Get it fresh. I love it. The bottom line is they've got just about everything, and from the day-to-day stuff to those big-ticket items, just make sure that your entry shines brighter than ever if you're going to enter this competition. Who knows? It could be 2,000 Rand, courtesy of Game, headed to you. You could be going on your own little mini shopping spree. And that competition closes Tuesday, the 30th of April at midnight, but the T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Well, the game is still going on in the kitchen at the moment as Warren King, our guest for Culinary Hotline, is doing the most, as you can see, getting ready for a big burger, not a normal one, a King's Kitchen burger, which is going to be great, and we're going to reveal that a little later. Entertainment news coming up with Dylan Windvogel, a.k.a. Wade, is here, and Dylan will also be tasting the burger. He doesn't know that yet, but just come stand over here, my friend. This man is going to... we're going to put a burger 1 meter in his mouth later. It's going to be so good. It's going to be great. And then plus James Johnston will still perform the Thunder from Down Under. So why would you go anywhere else? It's a great morning. Spend it with us. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on S3. It's huge.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. 1 hour down, 2 more to go. Dylan is still hanging out with us, and we're very excited to unpack some entertainment news with him. But Dylan, I'm going to ask you, what is coming up on the show right now?
Well, speaking of news, we have the 7 o'clock with Carl, and he's going to update us on the news.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Dylan, a.k.a. Wade. I appreciate you. And let me deliver some news to you, starting nationally. Now, National Treasury has welcomed SA's ranking by the International Monetary Fund's Fiscal Transparency Evaluation Report of being among the top 3 countries worldwide for fiscal transparency. The International Budget Partnership says SA has a strong record of fiscal transparency and consistently ranks among the top 3 countries worldwide for transparency. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has adjusted SA's economic growth prospects for 2024 downwards to less than 1% at 0.9%. In January, the estimate was 1%. Now, the Gauteng Department of Health has raised concerns about the alarming rise of food poisoning incidents, particularly affecting children in the province. This follows an incident in which 41 children, aged between 3 and 5 years old, allegedly consumed rat poison on Monday, mistaking it for candy. In a separate incident, 10 people were treated at the Tele Mokgorane Regional Hospital in Kuruleni after consuming poisonous products. The department says the 2 incidents bring the total number of the foodborne incidents recorded to 863, claiming 11 lives since October last year. Now, internationally, Iran has again warned that slightest military action by Israel will have far-reaching and painful consequences. This was stated by Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi after Saturday night's giant drone and missile attacks on Israel. Iran carried out last weekend's attacks over the recent airstrike, this is on its consulate in Damascus, in which several senior military commanders died. Iran claims Israel carried out the attack on April 1st. Israel's armed forces, Chief of Staff, that's General Herzi Halevi, confirmed earlier that Israel had no other choice but to send a powerful message to Iran. Now, more than 1 ton of cocaine has been intercepted by customs authorities in Senegal, and the largest inland haul of the drug ever made in the country. A lorry carrying 1,137 kilograms of cocaine was intercepted in the eastern town of Kidira, near the border with Mali. Large drug hauls have become more common in Senegal. Last November, the Navy seized 3 tons of cocaine from a ship off the country's coast. The region is a transit point for Latin American cartels trafficking drugs to Europe and elsewhere. And in entertainment news this morning, continuing the Beatles' legacy, sons James McCartney and Sean Ono Lennon have teamed up for a new single called Primrose Hill. Surprising everyone expecting a classic Lennon-McCartney reunion vibe, this laid-back acoustic jam is all about celebrating the beauty of London's Regent Park's view. Inspired by McCartney's nostalgic Scottish memories, the song dives into love and self-discovery. The pair's collaboration adds to their numerous solo projects of varying success. Sir Paul McCartney, like any supportive dad would do, gave the track a big shout-out on social media. And Ono Lennon is the younger son of the late John Lennon and artist Yoko Ono. And James is Paul McCartney's son with his late first wife, Linda McCartney. But the offspring, they're at it, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So make sure you go stream that as soon as you can. That is it for news for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a look at the sport.
We do love the offspring on this show. Let's start with some football news this morning. Paris Saint-Germain, they rallied incredibly from behind to defeat a 10-man Barcelona 4-1, securing their spot in the Champions League semi-finals with a 6-4 aggregate win. What a turnaround. So despite Rafinha's early goal for Barcelona, Ronald Araujo's red card then shifted momentum, and he was a key player while he was on the field. Ousmane Dembele capitalized, and Vitinha equalized the tie before Kylian Mbappe's incredible double ensured PSG's first semi-final since 2021. Then elsewhere, Borussia Dortmund, they also advanced, beating Atletico Madrid 4-2 at home to win 5-4 on aggregate. Now let's talk about some big money in golf. Rory McIlroy has now dismissed rumours of joining Live Golf, affirming his commitment to the PGA Tour. Now reports of an $850 million deal was swiftly denied by the Northern Irishman. Of course, is a four-time major winner himself in the PGA. Liv has attracted some top talent, including John Ram, but McIlroy remains loyal to the PGA Tour amid ongoing discussions. And ahead of the RBC Heritage, McIlroy clarified his stance, emphasising, though, that he does have respect for players who are joining the Live Series. Now, great to see him back out in court and almost at his best. Rafa Nadal marked his comeback from injury with a convincing victory over Flavio Cobolli at the Barcelona Open. The 22-time Grand Slam champion, out of action since January this year, displayed his clay court prowess once again in a commanding 6-2, 6-3 win. The next up for the Spaniard in the second round is Australian Alex de Minaur. Now we can get excited, officially get excited about the Olympics. The flame for the 2024 Paris Olympics has been ignited in Olympia, the ancient birthplace of the Games themselves. Commencing its journey in a relay, the flame will illuminate the Summer Games cauldron in July. And Greek rowing champion Stefanos Ntsoukos, he kickstarts the torch relay, spanning some 5,000 kilometers across Greece over 11 days, engaging over 600 torchbearers as it moves before reaching Athens' Panathenaic Stadium for the ceremonial handover on the 26th of April. The Olympics is just around the corner. Very excited about that. Hopefully nothing too exciting happening out on the roads back here. Let's get into some traffic and a bit of a weather update.
Thank you, Graham. Let's take a look at your roads in Germiston, Johannesburg. There's some congestion on the N3 northbound. It's between the Geldenhuys interchange and the Elands interchange. Expect delays and plan accordingly. If you're in Pretoria, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound before Rigel Avenue. The right lane is closed and the back of queue is at Linwood Road. And if you're in Cape Town, in Milnerton, there's some congestion on the N7 northbound at Bosmansdam. Expect delays and add additional travel time. That's your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And we have some news. The powerful El Nino weather event, which along the climate change has helped push global temperatures to new highs, has ended quicker than expected, say scientists. Most southern and central areas, including South Africa, faced below average rainfall and delayed rains, leading to potential poor crop growth and below average harvests as a result of the event. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology says the Pacific Ocean has cooled substantially in the past week. This naturally occurring episode that began last June brought warmer waters to the surface of the Pacific, adding extra heat to the atmosphere. This is linked to increased droughts and floods in different parts of the world, as was experienced in South Africa. Well, that's your weather news. Let's take a look at your sunrise view. Colleen from Kimberley is kicking us off today with a beautiful sunrise view, covered with some cloud cover, but as you can look, you can see that every cloud has a silver lining. Well, if you would like to share your view, do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. But let's take a look at your temperatures across South Africa. Beautiful day expected in Worcester as well as Uppington, 31 degrees Celsius.
Let it go,
enjoy the
Uppington.
loss
It's time, Yada.
of
Soak it
summer.
up while you can. Likewise, today, soak up the opportunity to be rolling in it. It's time to panda, pusher, play lotto. Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2. Why? There is the small amount of 17 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday, and it could be yours. Come on.
How exciting to be Mzansi's next multi-millionaire. Now, you need to play Lotto for an estimated 3 million rand, Lotto Plus 1 for 5 million rand, and Lotto Plus 2 for 9 million rand. But you have to buy your tickets, and there are so many ways for you to do that. You can buy your ticket today in store. You can buy it on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, through your cell phone banking, or by dialing *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
And we're going to leave you no excuses. We'll keep all of those details up on the Expresso social media platform, so you can go check them out at your leisure and start working out those magical numbers. Just make sure you put yourself in the running, because it's a big one today. You can win your share, or all of the 17 million rand in total estimated Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 jackpots today, but you got to play now to do it. Good luck.
Good luck indeed. We are still cooking up so many things on your Feel Good Breakfast show. James Johnston will be performing for you in the next couple of moments, so make sure you do stay there. And then we have this talented gentleman, Dylan Vinvogel, a.k.a. Wade, our friend. He trains so hard to be part of every movie role or series role he's a part of. He's a dancer, a massive performer. But Warren King is also a performer when it comes to a burger. So here's the thing, a little taste test just for my friend here, because don't say we don't feed you on Expresso. So I would like you to take a bite of that, but you're not allowed to take anything off. You must hold it and bite. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much. There's a lappy for you. Thank you. And this is a taste test. Remember, the Culinary hotline, we added this burger from King's Kitchen, Warren King's best. Make sure you don't miss a beat. Also, you must get some of that, the Charlie croquette as well. And here it comes. That's it. That is how you do it, my friend. That is how you do it. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you like the food? I'm going to be a manager at a restaurant now. While you're eating, you said the food nice.
It's super lovely.
Okay, there we go. You know, in fact, wash it down. Warren, what did you add to this here? What is this?
So this is complements a burger. It's a chocolate and coffee milkshake.
Here's a chocolate and coffee milkshake to flush it down. And now your response to it. What do you think from Warren King?
Oh. All the synonyms for phenomenal. That's what that is.
That's it. And anybody who can handle the word synonym that early in the morning has got to be somebody to watch out for entertainment news that you'll be doing a little bit later on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So make sure you stay there, have a cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for rejoining the conversation, because it's going to get a little bit spicy right now as we join the world of entertainment. Yep, do a deep dive into what our celebs have been getting up to, and Dylan, aka Wade, has very kindly offered to stick around and maybe guide us through some of these headlines, because he has a perspective. We're going to start with this one, and it's big in the social media space. The TikTok community has lost a shining star, Kylie Marissa Roth, who made a name for herself on the platforms by sharing celebrity gossip videos. She has sadly passed away due to unknown circumstances, and her sister, Lindsay Roth, shared on social media that she was only 36 years old. She had a vibe, she had a massive following. This is absolutely awful, and I think why it really hits with social media is because it's not just a big gap between them and their market. It's one-on-one interactions. It's the kind of relationship that you build over time. So when a TikTok star is lost, the followers, the people who have been diving into her content, they feel it, man. You're nodding your head here. This is quite a thing.
Yeah.
Did you have perspective on her? First of all,
not necessarily her, but it definitely came across my feed, being on TikTok quite often.
Quite a lot, yeah.
It came across and I was like, snap, and then that made me deep dive into her content, which was very big. I think a lot of people love gossip, myself too.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially when it's dressed up like that, where it's fun.
Yeah, and I think because it's so accessible to just find out all these news that you want to learn about from her, I think that's a big loss for not just information given to us, but also for her family as well.
For sure.
Definitely.
Awful, man.
Well, we have a soft spot for our next individual, rapper and singer and a tie to South Africa, Doja Cat. She returned to the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival this year as she started off her artsy set by singing on a podium behind the soundboard at the main Coachella stage in a white hazmat suit. Now, she then transitioned to a performance that was led by 5 male singers of South African a cappella group The Joy, who also dressed in white. And this revealed a huge nuclear power plant setting on the Coachella stage. But let's take a look at what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yes, and yes, and yes. You know what I love about South African artists who put other South African artists. Now, I'm going to say South African because Doja Cat is Amalaratna Zandile Dlamini. Sisiwa Ndiaguntana. You know that she's ours. Okay? So what I will say is that it's great that when they put everybody else on the map.
For sure.
Because now I picture The Joy going on to the different types of talk shows, the Kelly Clarkson shows, etc., and now developing them too.
For sure.
One little moment. And I think it's important for South African artists, put people on the map as often as you can, share in your platforms and spaces, and show South Africa, you know, and South African talent everywhere you go.
Create a movement.
You have
that's
to.
what's happening. And we've seen it in other pockets where there was so much focus on certain elements of African music at the moment. There's a reason why. We're creating a movement around it. But you know what I love about this? How effortless they make it seem. Now, there are going to be people sitting in America looking at thinking about these guys being this big production that was created. That's how they roll every single day, yo. The Joy are on the map. We love it.
Yes, man.
Ah, man, so let's do our part to put out that South African energy right now. And South African actor Khosi Ngema, who is now demonstrating that she is more than just an actress. And Dylan, we're going to come to you with a question here now. Katie Singh, she's debuted her single called Why, where she revealed her talents as a singer and a songwriter as well. Let's take a little listen.
Do you want this, boy? Say you want my love, but only feel my touch. Do you know what it means, boy? Do you know how it feels? Taking all that you give, boy, leaving me out too.
Old school Soul, Old Soul, new talent. We love it. And being a performer, I think she was hypercritical of her work, while a lot of people are certainly giving it a massive amount of acclaim. And she is well aware that she needs to be realistic about her expectations. But sure, that's how you do it, man.
That's going to be on our show soon. So you know what's going to happen. But from your side...
Can you sing?
Yes, I was just about to ask that, Graham. I was about to ask, but this is somebody that you worked with before, of course, right?
Yeah. We are, well, we call ourselves twins because we are 24 hours apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's like 24 hours, in the same 24-hour span. And what was nice for me, especially when she released this, I actually cried because I remember our first convo at the script reading of like season 1.
Oh, man.
And we sat next to each other, we both were shy. And she was like, I also do music, and I told her I do karate. And our whole conversation spoke about her once, and I remember making a commitment to her. I said, if you ever need me to choreograph a music video, I'm there.
And?
So when I saw she didn't tell me yet.
Oh.
He's still waiting.
She's been found out.
I'm still waiting. But when I saw her releases, I was so happy for her because I knew it's been coming. And this was like 2018, 2019 when we had that convo.
Oh,
so
man.
to see it now, oh snap. The first thought that comes to mind for me personally is Ed Sheeran Thinking Out Loud.
Okay.
But obviously with the twist.
dance.
Back to your ballet days.
Yes. But with much more darker tones. I know they wear white in the music video, so with darker tones to add the vintage vibe. And almost like in a not necessarily a bar, but a disco. Taking it back there, and it's just the female performing and the guy seeing her, and then
smoky.
This is
I like
good.
it.
A solo. I like that vision.
So yeah, that's my.
Look at you go.
Yes, like
Corsia, you're watching right now, girl. I don't know. I think you got the job. I think you got the job, man. Hey? She hasn't officially done the music video, so I think you can do it.
I hope so.
Happening soon.
Well, we are talking about local. The countdown is on for the highly anticipated annual Metro FM Awards that is set to take place this month, the 27th of April at 8 p.m. on SABC1, and it is creating buzz and excitement in the entertainment streets. Proverb and Loot Love have been announced as the hosts for this year's award show. Now, this is Loot Love's first award show, and we all know Brother Pro is no stranger to the stage, as he is, and it was an honor to host the awards this year. Now, stay tuned, as your Feel Good Breakfast show will also be there to capture some behind-the-scene moments. Of course, we love award shows, but it is just so incredible to see the South African talent on display like this.
Oh, yeah, and you know, there's more talent with these awards as well, because there's a certain green room host that we happen to work with, Zanele Patalma. So that is going to be absolutely amazing to see Zanele slaying once again.
Well, it is.
She's eating.
It's her season.
She's eating.
It is her season, man. I love the fact, and I'm going to continue to claim it, that she was discovered on that couch. No, she wasn't. She's been working a long time to achieve this all on her own, but there was a moment in this studio where I think we saw, where the rest of the country saw, okay, hang on a minute, this girl has got it. You also got it, kid.
Oh, snap.
You're a special one, brother. You really are just so awesome, authentic, and wonderful. Just keep being you, boo. We love you, kid.
Oh, well, listen.
Thank you so much once again for having me.
You're here for the perfect opportunity because we love music on your Feel Good Breakfast show, especially when we have international artists joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Australian country singer James Johnston on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Hi, I'm James Johnston, and or as I've been referred to this morning, the Thunder from Down Under. But I thought I'd try and get you dancing this morning. This is my song, My People.
share all my friends. I'm talking about my people. Keep it simple, don't need much, just a song with a fiddle. When we get together, it's gonna get loud. Let me tell you who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my people. I'm talking about my people. Out here, this is living. So welcome to the show. Let's take it to the limit. So get ready to roll. I'm talking about my people. Keep it simple. Don't need much, just a song with a fiddle. When we get together, it's gonna get loud. Let me tell you who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my people. Keep it simple. Don't need much, just a song with a fiddle. When we get together, it's gonna get loud. Let me tell you who I'm talking about. Talking about my people. I'm talking about my people. Oh, let's get a little crazy. Come on. That's what I'm talking
Oh, we are so lucky. You awesome human being. James, take a bow, buddy. He ain't going nowhere. He is here. I want to say for you, but I kind of feel like it's for us this morning.
Actually, for us. This guy's amazing. 26, 27 October, grab your tickets to the Cape Town Country Music Festival. He'll be here. And he's the thunder from down under,
baby.
Boom, boom, shake the room. Here he is.
That needs to be a tattoo. That needs to be immortalized. And that's how you can get your plug in. Some of the best in the biz at the Cape Town Country Festival. Absolutely awesome. Well, stick around. Yes, James ain't going nowhere. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. Of course, we want you to plug into the opportunity of the tropical island of treasure. And one of our celebs, Carl Kugelman, is going to give us a bit of a lowdown on how you could be joining him.
It's going to be really great. And I can tell you that Dylan Windvogel is here as well because he is very passionate about farming for the future.
Yes.
And we'd like to actually give him a little more information. So we're going to do that for him in the next couple of minutes. So make sure you stay there at your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3, and you're just in time because we are back with another culinary hotline bling. That's right. Now, for the next couple of weeks, we are giving local food truck owners the opportunity to share some of their customers' favorite dishes, and they're going to be sharing it with us. So joining us this morning is executive chef and owner of King's Kitchen, Warren King, and we are about to make another sensational recipe. If you missed it earlier, Warren made a burger. I feel like I'm underselling it here, but now we're about to make a prawn and chicken bowl served with a lime shake. Now, we've got an image of the delicious burger that was made earlier, and we're about to prepare the second dish, and I'm glad I'm here for this one.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So, Warren, when you create these dishes, do you just go based on flavors, moments? Is it an accident that it happened, or is it on purpose?
I think moments and what inspires me at the moment, things that I've done before that I want to actually incorporate into a dish.
Okay.
So that the customers can have a sense of what I'm all about.
Okay, okay. So what is this dish all about? Cool.
So this dish is basically a Cajun prawn and a Cajun chicken dish. Just came to me, I saw something online one day and I thought I could recreate it.
Okay.
So basically it is fries, hand-cut fries, so it's a nice bowl. And then I've deveined prawns and the Cajun chicken pieces. So I tie it all together with a sambal au leccaioli, also homemade.
Ooh.
And then some fresh condiments, which is grilled corn, spring onion, red chili, tomato, jalapeno chives, and then finished off with a lime segment.
Okay, fantastic. So this looks like one of those dishes, because I know prawns is one of those things you don't want to overcook it.
Correct.
It's probably the last thing to go on the pan and onto the dish. So you're starting off with making the fries.
Correct.
And now you're busy?
I'm seasoning the prawns. So when the fries come out, the prawns will go into the pan, and then I will finish it with the chicken.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the chicken's also going to be deep fried?
Correct, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, working in small confined spaces, what would you say is the trick? Because you do operate out of a food truck.
Correct.
So how do you make sure you get... How much preparation goes into an evening of running your food truck?
A lot. I think you just need to always have your mise en place, which is your prep, on time, because there's no time to prep and to still prepare the dishes. So you always be consistent with having your dishes beforehand, whether it is all your garnishes, your meat, your proteins.
Okay.
And make sure everything is there so that you're always ready, I think.
Okay.
Which is important.
And have you figured out the timing? How long must those potatoes go for them to be perfect?
So about 4 minutes in, and then by the time the potatoes come out, the prawns will go into the pan. By the time the prawns are finished, the chicken will be finished as well, so that it can have a...
It's like a beautiful dance. You've figured out how all of these elements need to come together at the same time, so that when you serve your customers your dish, everything still needs to be hot.
100%.
Okay. So here, what are some of those things you can prep beforehand? You can obviously cut your fries.
Yeah, the fries beforehand. All these fresh garnishes you can do beforehand, and that's about it. I do the prawns fresh. The chicken, obviously you can freeze it, so that's fine. And then the sauce you can do beforehand also, because the longer this aioli sits, the better it actually infuses.
Oh, it tastes better the next day.
100%.
Oh, I love that. Now, Warren, what we've done is we've asked our viewers if they have any culinary questions. They were invited to be part of this discussion. So we've actually got 2 voice notes for you. So let's take a listen to the first one. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Helena from East London. I'd like to know a little bit more about what it means to eat processed food, or rather not eat it. Apparently it is not a very healthy way of eating. Are prepared frozen or fresh meals healthy to eat? I can see that the burger meat is not processed that you had this morning. It's definitely cooked from scratch, prepared from scratch. But the sauces that go with foods, are they healthy to eat?
Okay, so Helena wants to know the take on processed food. I mean, you make everything here, so nothing is considered processed.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And your take on using processed ingredients?
I think fresh ingredients is always better. than processed because you really don't know what is in the processed ingredients. If you want to get that freshness and uniqueness about the product. Processed food, personally, it is, as a chef, is horrible for me because I believe in fresh products all the time because once it gets to your palate, you can taste the difference.
You can. And Helena, just to give you some context, in order for something to be processed, they add preservatives and something to have a longer shelf life. All of those preservatives is added, and that is where the unhealthy part comes in. So if you can opt for freshly made, then that should be able to give you an answer of how to stay clear of processed food. Chef, we have another, before we get to our next voice note, how are our potatoes coming along?
Potatoes are about a minute out.
Okay, let's see what they're looking for. What's the color we're going for?
So just nice and golden brown.
Okay.
Not too crispy because you're going to get a texture from your chicken and all your fresh ingredients.
Okay.
So you want it just enough on the outside, but nice and soft in the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not making slop chips.
No, no, no.
Okay.
We're making crispy fries.
We are making crispy fries. So we've got another voice note we want to get through. So let's take a listen to this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Expresso. This is Jan from Cartonville. I'd just love to know, when you cook something in the pressure cooker, like a stew, is it best to put everything from the beginning in, or do you have to do it in stages? And then I also would like to say to Wasty, that burger is nearly the size of you.
Oh,
thank you, Expresso.
very
You guys
amazing.
must have an awesome day. Thank you for a lovely show.
Oh, thank you, Jan. We appreciate that. Okay, so you made an incredible burger, wasty size. And when it comes to creating a stew and using a pressure cooker, Jan wants to know, do you do everything in one go, or are there various stages involved when creating a stew?
I think there are various stages that you can do. Obviously, if you can use your meat, you're going to want to brown it with your onions so that you can get the flavor and the texture to it. And then from there, you'll add your stock to it, cook it in a pressure cooker, and then afterwards add your vegetables or whatever it is, so that you can still have the texture to the vegetables. And by the time you add them, your meat will already be nice and brown and cooked.
Okay, okay. Do you make use of a pressure cooker often to prep some of your components, or
No.
nothing on the menu right now?
Nothing on the menu right now. I've never used a pressure cooker on the food truck before now.
Okay, okay. Well, Chef, we're going to come back to you because our fries, let's just see how they are doing. I feel like it's been a minute. Do you need a few more seconds for those beautiful potato fries?
About 30 seconds and we're good.
We're going to need another 30 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll continue to just prep these elements, and Chef will come and put it all together for you so that you do not miss out on anything. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Chef Warren King.
Yum. Lots of yum going on. I'm denied the shellfish, man, and it's torture, bro. It's absolutely torture. But we have got a king in the kitchen this morning, and it does beg the question, when we're dealing with this kind of, I suppose, comfort food, that yearning food, we wanted to find out from you guys, how do you treat yourself? What is your go-to type of fast food? We asked you to send your voice notes through to 063-408-8863. Ewan's looking like a snack. Hey, I'll take that snack. Let's see what you guys had to say.
A very good morning to my Expresso family. My fast food go-to treat for myself would be the ultimate fish and chips, the best in the West. Thank you so much, Johnston Gardens. Bye.
Wow.
Ultimate fish and chips. I do. I crave fish and chips. There's a place.
Yes.
And I crave it from this place at least twice a week.
This is great. Honestly, personally, I think a burger is my jam. I love a good burger, so that would be my go-to fast food. But please continue to comment in. It'll be fantastic. In fact, we've got a couple more from your side, which is great. So let's go for it.
Jeremy saying, well, he gives an emoji that tells the tale. Pizzas and more pizzas. I love it. Jeremy, you're not alone.
And then Deirdre, my type of go-to fast food is lamb curry roti Gatsby. It's a bomber. Yo, Deirdre. Actually, wait, I'm changing mine. Never mind burger. That one.
That's like a bazooka, though.
That one.
Hey, she brought a bazooka to a knife fight with that one. Wow.
Also, another craving is Warren King and anything that he makes. Anything. In fact, Zoe, what did he make for you?
Oh, he's still busy making it. So what Warren's busy doing now is he's removing the potato chips that were hand cut, and we're going to go in with our Cajun chicken. Of course, we are very excited to get the next component going. But Chef, those chickens are going in now. What is the amount of time? How do you know your chicken is cooked? Is it based on the crispiness on the outside, or do you just trust the process?
You trust the process. You always want to double check to make sure everything is good. If you're not sure, I suggest you just take a small knife and you cut into it just to make sure that it's all cooked through.
Okay, well, there we go. Our prawns are going in. Our chicken pieces are in. We've got these beautiful fresh ingredients. But when we come back, we are about to take a quick ad break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Carl Kugelman, one of the celebs on Tropica Island of Treasure, he is seeking his partner, and he's going to tell us exactly what he is looking for, and you could be that person to join him on the island of Zanzibar. And then when it comes to farming, we are farming with the future in mind. Chef, how important is it for you to be sustainable in some of the product choices you choose?
I think it's very important to be sustainable so that you know where your ingredients are coming from, how it is being prepared, and the freshness of it.
Oh, it's all about the freshness.
Always.
It's all about the freshness. We heard it from the king himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll reveal our final dish, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back as we rejoin, thankfully, a conversation that is really building momentum now. Over the years, Woolworths has established itself as a retailer that cares, not only for you and I, but ultimately for the health of our planet and its delicate ecosystem, because they have to. And with their groundbreaking program, which they call Farming for the Future, which we've spoken about a lot on the show, their mission is to produce food in ways that can be sustained for generations to come. Again, because we have to. And by forming strong relationships and working very closely with their farmers, Woolies has practices in place to take care of the earth. And they work in harmony with nature to make sure that the food they grow comes from healthy soil while reducing harmful practices and taking care of water and biodiversity. That balance has to be found. And here to tell us more about it and this incredible approach are Woolworths Chief Food Technology and Sustainability Officer, Latifa Behardin, and their Technical Manager, Kobus Pina. Thank you so much for joining us. We joke about having long titles, but the job description is pretty long, so the title needs to match that. Latifa, thank you so much for coming here. Everyone's been commenting about the produce. And so I will have you know that we got this directly from a Woolies store.
Awesome.
Simple as that. We didn't get this from some crazy big organic garden that's only producing superfood. This comes from a Woolies-backed farm. So it works. What you are doing is really working. This is a partnership more than anything else. You can only take it so far, then the farmers have to meet you there. And they are loving it. They are responding to it. So maybe, Latifa, you can start with a bit of background. How does Farming for the Future come together?
So Farming for the Future is really our regenerative agricultural program. It started about 15 years ago. And like you've said, we can't do it without our supplier partners.
For sure.
It's underpinned by science, and it really looks at improving the decline of the agro-ecosystem. And it really looks at generating healthy soil, building up the organic soil matter, and improving the water cycle of the soil, right? And when you do that really, really well, Graham, you will see you'll improve the quality of the products, you will reduce waste, and also you'll reduce your inputs, right, over time.
You see, so over time there is a financial benefit as well if we can get this right. There's less fallout. I mean, the produce speaks for itself, but it's just so exciting. Now, this is a great plan to have. This is a great notion to put out there, Kobus, but we've got to make it real. So how does this actually play out? What are your focus areas in farming for the future?
The fundamental basis of farming for the future is that we work with our farmers. We need them in partnership. It's not a top-down approach.
Yeah, you learn from them as much as
absolutely,
else.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we work with our farmers that we can manage our farms as an ecosystem, not as a factory.
We go.
So you need to look at, in the context of that farm, what's important. What's that critical first step you need to take before you go and implement something. So we definitely focus on soil. I mean, this beautiful produce can't be produced without healthy soil. We look at biodiversity above and below the soil, very important. So there's lots of life in soil, we know that. And then obviously in South Africa, we're one of the driest countries in the world. So we need to look at how do we use water and prevent that we pollute water. So it's that focus areas to make sure that that ecosystem becomes very healthy on the farm.
It gets better and better and better each time you run a crop. And you can see the compound value that gets created in that soil when it happens. You guys have gone all in. For 15 years, you have put a lot of financial resource into this, a lot of man hours. Why? Why was this so critical, Kobus?
Well, it's the survival of the human species. That's what it's about. In history, you've seen big nations fall down because of not looking at their soil, at their agriculture, at their food.
Go back to the ancient Mayans.
Go back. So we need to learn. We need to learn from our history. So, and it's also the right thing to do. So the food system globally is going to put a lot of pressure on our natural resources. So we need to make sure that we don't only do sustainability, because sustainability is sustain what the status quo. You need to regen, you need to fix what we have damaged in the past. And like our farmers are yet to have to meet a farmer that intentionally will do damage to the environment.
For sure.
But we help them and work with them that we understand through science. Take out all the politics and all the philosophies about it and measure scientifically that we do the right thing first and then get to the next step. It's a journey. It doesn't happen quickly.
And I would imagine one fraught with challenges because it's in this space we are subject to a lot of other things, to weather changing. There are so many areas that will come in to test this partnership. That is the one element that has stood firm. Why do these partnerships work so well? How do you guys at Woolies get that right? Because it feels like you're ready to invest in the right people and back that up with the operational system around it. How do these partnerships work so effectively?
Graham, we have been privileged over a legacy partnership with a number of suppliers. And our business model will cease to exist if we don't partner with the right stakeholders. And so I'm sitting here today and I can say that I am exceptionally proud of the partnerships that we have affirmed over the last number of years. And any partnership is based on, it's got to be mutually beneficial.
Sure.
Absolutely. It's got to be underpinned by good values, aligned values, trust. And we would not have been able to walk this journey without our supplier partners. And throughout the test of time, they've really, really stood and supported us. And I really want to take this opportunity to say thank you.
I love that. Well, I would imagine that goes both ways.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You used the word legacy a second ago, and I think that captures this beautiful. I think farmers know more than anyone else that farming is a legacy. It's something that we hand over to the next generation, and with the science backing up this kind of regeneration of our land, the bets are off. It is going to be an incredible. We move from sustainability to thriving. I love this space, but of course, Woolies doing incredible work. And Farming for the Future is a logo that you can proudly see displayed on the bag. Be on the lookout for this packaging. It really does reaffirm their commitment to all of us, to the best quality product, but most importantly, to the earth that gives us all of this. You guys are doing something truly miraculous. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Graham, for the opportunity.
Oh, when I see beautiful produce like that, I think of a beautiful island. And speaking of an island, Tropica Island of Treasure, it is back. And the celebrities are getting ready for the challenges ahead. And you have the chance to audition to join them in Zanzibar.
Oh, what an adventure it is.
Yes.
And we have model Carl Kugelman on the Derestine beach to find out all about his expectations for the Tropica Island of Treasure and how you can be his partner. So do take a look as to how you can have the opportunity to be with a Carl.
Ah.
Hi there guys, my name is Carl Kugelman and I'm from South Africa, Cape Town. I started modeling when I was about 19 and I loved traveling and that's how I got into it. A couple of years down the line I got into TikTok, a friend of mine mentioned the app and I really enjoyed making fun videos, outfit changes, etc. I think what attracted me about Tropica Island of Treasure was the physical challenges. I like to push my limits and put myself in situations where I'm a little bit uncomfortable. On the field, I'm definitely going to have my competitive hat on and do the best that I can to win each event. But then at the same time, these are people that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with, and I would like to, form a decent friendship level with most of these people off the field. I'm looking for the perfect person to help me win that smooth R1 million cash. Could you be that person? Upload your audition video to social media and tag @mytropica and #Tropica to enter. I'll see you there.
Yo, there we go. That's how you can be with a Carl. That's a great time, trust me, I know. And you stand a chance to join Carl Kugelman in Zanzibar.
Yeah. Well, simply submit an audition video online using that #Tropica and tagging @mytropica. You can also send it through to tropicaauditions@gmail.com via email or upload it using the link that's found at the On My Tropica pages.
Now, I need, extra bonus is important. I want to add that, okay? Because the 7 chosen contestants will be granted 10,000 Rand, courtesy of Deep Eat, before even getting to Zanzibar.
That is incredible. And you have until the 5th of May to submit your audition, so get entering. This is your chance to win your share of R1 million. Now, that's smooth. There are some T's and C's that apply.
We're in Zanzibar for Tropica Island of Treasure. Are you? Did you just swim here from South Africa? There's an easier way to find fame and your share of a smooth R1 million fortune. Simply upload your audition to social media, explain why you're a match for our celebs. Add the #Tropica and tag @mytropica, and we could see you in Zanzibar. Buy a Tropica now and enter to be on the island.
We don't have an island, but we have our own Carl, and if you want to see him again, stick around after the break. He shall return while we all come back. We're going to deal with allergies. We've got a massive solution there, and then we're going to delve into how stress affects your mental health. The company you looked up for that one. We'll see you now.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we dive into a very important
I'll go and get the
conversation,
keys.
because so many people are affected by this. Living with allergies is like mastering a symphony. With the right notes, you can orchestrate harmony amidst all the sneezes and the sniffles. There is hope, light at the end of the tunnel. And joining us as we unpack this topic this morning, treating allergies, we welcome back one of our favorites, Professor Claudia Gray, and then blogger and mom of three. Yep, we're testing her in the coalface, Lulwando Tukwayo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Your personal experience, because we can joke all we want about allergies, but when it hits, and it hits hard, it can have devastating effects. So how's the world of allergies played out in your world?
I struggle with allergies myself and my kids. It's a funny thing because I had moved to Johannesburg and I was okay. And then we relocated back to Cape Town. My kids started sniffing. I'm like, what is going on? And you never really know what to do with your kids at first, because I thought they were having a flu or hay fever, but it was actually allergies.
How have you mitigated those effects? What was your first go-to? Talk us through that journey.
One thing is to actually understand that these are allergies. This is not a cold.
Diagnosis.
Yes, the proper diagnosis. And also, you know, before you go to bed, take something for your allergies. And in the morning as well. So my kids during breakfast, just when they finish having their breakfast, I make sure that I give them something so that they can manage it throughout the day. It's seasonal for my kids, so it's not every, throughout the year. So it's also understanding which season, which child. I mean, it does take a lot of preparation, but, one of my kids also, it's dust that makes them react, yes.
Yeah.
So understanding that when, they will be in a dusty place, I need to make sure that I've kept, the medication for them, and I'm able to give it to them prior to them being exposed.
I love that. The fact that we've got a tool to use proactively is just amazing to me. When we talk about antihistamines in particular, that's always the go-to. I have no idea what that even means. What is a histamine, and why are we so anti them? So what actually happens? Because that seems to be the silver bullet here.
So let's start right in the beginning. Histamine is a chemical, so it's one of the main chemicals released during an allergic reaction. Histamines attach to various receptors, but when they activate those receptors, it causes the release of a whole bunch of chemicals, and those chemicals cause us to itch. They cause us to sneeze. They stimulate the nerve endings. They can even cause the chest to close. They can cause redness. They can cause runny noses. And the way histamine works, it needs to attach to a receptor. So I guess we can think about it as a room full of chemicals waiting to be released with a locked door. And the histamine is the key, and it unlocks the door and releases those chemicals. Go play. Go cause trouble. An antihistamine blocks that lock, blocks those chemicals from being released. Of course, you can use it in an emergency. When those chemicals are already running rampant, you can try and calm them down. But the best way of using an antihistamine is actually in anticipation of a reaction. So if you're aware of the fact that you have a seasonal grass pollen allergy, which starts in September every year, from mid-August, you can start taking your antihistamine. If you have something like a dust mite allergy, which is all year round, you're better off taking it all year round.
All year round. Completely. I love that there is help at hand, and every person is different. I wanted to know from you, now that you've found a system of management, what difference have you seen in your kids and in your own experience?
Yeah. When I started managing the allergies, we went to different doctors and they started prescribing some medications that make them drowsy. I didn't like how it made them feel, because you can see that the energies are down, even with myself. If I can get drowsy, how much more, with my kids? Then I stumbled upon this amazing Telfast, which is non-drowsy. So now I can see my kids are happy. I can give them the medication and they're back in sports. My son plays all the sports you can think of.
And then the mental health is great
the mental
as well.
Health,
I love that. It's a complete spectrum. Compared to the predecessors in this space, how much of a leap forward has there been
So many, many years ago, I think in the 60s, we had our first generation antihistamines. Now, the problem with those is they did block that keyhole, but they also blocked a whole lot of other keyholes as well. So you got lots of side effects, and they passed into the brain. And then we got more clever, and we adapted the first generation and got second generation, so much more specific molecules. However, even in the second generation antihistamines, they're excellent, but 10 to 30% of people can still feel drowsy with some of them. And then as generations develop, they generally become better. So now we're on the third generation antihistamines. So these are much more specific. They have other beneficial effects often, like an anti-inflammatory effect, and they generally don't pass into the brain, so they can't cause sedation. So they just become more specific and more superior, if you think about the S's, and with fewer side effects, keeping us smart.
I've been taking mental notes for my kids so that we can be preemptive in our space as well. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. I know a lot of people will identify with different elements of this. Prof, we love having you. Thank you so much for being our plug-in. I think finding that harmony amidst the sneezes and the sniffles is definitely within reach. With mom-tested strategies and some expert insights, allergies are no match. We're talking third generation now. We have got the tools to fight back.
Don't settle for less when it comes to your family's allergy relief. Nothing beats Telfast for fast, non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief that can help your family live their greatness.
2 minutes after 8 o'clock, let's take a final look at your news headlines. Starting with nationally, SA motorists are likely to face another petrol price hike next month, but diesel prices could come down somewhat. Mid-month data released by the Central Energy Fund currently points to increases of around 30 cents for both grades of petrol, but diesel could come down by between 25 and 30 cents. However, much can still change between now and the end of the month, given the current tensions in the Middle East. The expected petrol price hikes comes on the back of a 60 to 67 cent increase this month and a crippling R1.21 hike that is in March. Now, National Treasury has welcomed SA's ranking by the International Monetary Fund's Fiscal Transparency Evaluation Report of being among the top 3 countries worldwide for fiscal transparency. The International Budget Partnership says SA has a strong record of fiscal transparency and consistently ranks among the top 3 countries worldwide for transparency. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has adjusted SA's economic growth prospects for 2024 downwards to less than 1% at 0.9%. In January, the estimate was 1%. Now, internationally, Kenya is hosting a regional conference on boosting girls' education in East Africa. Their goal is to challenge societal norms that exclude some girls from mainstream education by using culturally sensitive approaches. More than 100 stakeholders from Uganda, Tanzania and Kenya are taking part in the 3-day meeting, which kicked off in Nairobi yesterday. Another key focus is boosting support systems for vulnerable girls, including pregnant girls, teenage mothers and girls with disabilities. Now, Iran has again warned that the slightest military action by Israel will have far-reaching and painful consequences. This was stated by Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi after Saturday night's giant drone and missile attacks on Israel. Iran carried out last weekend's attacks over the recent airstrike on its consulate in Damascus, in which several senior military commanders died. Iran claims Israel carried out the attack on April 1st. Israel's Armed Forces Chief of Staff, General Herzi Halevi, confirmed earlier that Israel had no other choice but to send a powerful message to Iran. And this year, the SA Guide Dogs Association's College of Orientation and Mobility celebrates a remarkable 50 years of training orientation and mobility practitioners. With a legacy of impacting over 100,000 visually impaired individuals through the training of 180 practitioners, the provision of some 7,000 assistive devices, and a decade of direct services, they have now launched the Give a Cane campaign. The goal is to raise 550,000 Rand for 500 visually impaired individuals by July 18th. Donors and public are urged to contribute a minimum of only 50 Rand to support ongoing training, equipment provision, and to ensure that the association's dedication to independence thrives for another 50 years. But most important, to provide more assistive equipment to those in need. All of those details, guidedog.org.za, is on your screen right now, so please donate if you can. That's it for news and Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a last look at your sport.
Oh, let's start with some champagne football, my friend. The UEFA Champions League has certainly not disappointed this year. Let's get into the quarterfinals. Paris Saint-Germain, they rallied from behind to defeat a 10-man Barcelona 4-1, securing their spots in the Champions League semi-finals with that 6-4 aggregate win. So despite Raphinha's early goal for Barcelona, Ronald Araujo's red card shifted momentum. He was a key player on the field. Ousmane Dembele and Vitinha equalized the tie before Kylian Mbappe's brilliant double ensured PSG's first semi-final since 2021. Then elsewhere, Borussia Dortmund, they also advanced, beating Atletico Madrid 4-2 at home to win 5-4 on aggregates. Now let's look at some big money in golf. Rory McIlroy has dismissed rumours of joining Live Golf, affirming his commitment to the PGA Tour officially. So reports of an $850 million deal were swiftly denied by the Northern Irishman four-time major winner. Live has attracted some top talent, including the likes of John Ram, but McIlroy remains loyal to the PGA Tour amid ongoing discussions. And the head of the RBC Heritage, McIlroy, clarified his stance, emphasising he does still respect players joining Live, but his position is firm. Now let's turn to tennis. Great to see him back out on the court. Rafa Nadal marked his comeback from injury with a convincing victory over Flavio Cobolli at the Barcelona Open. The 22-time Grand Slam champion, out of action since January, displayed his clay court prowess in a commanding 6-2, 6-3 win. So next up for the Spaniard in the second round is Australian Alex de Minaur. Now we can get excited about the Olympics officially, because the flame for the 2024 Paris Olympics has been ignited in Olympia, the ancient birthplace of the Games themselves. So commencing its journey in a relay, the flame will illuminate the Summer Games cauldron in July. And Greek rowing sensation Stefanos Ntsoukas, he kickstarts the torch relay that will span 5,000 kilometers across Greece over 11 days, engaging over 600 torchbearers before reaching Athens' Panathinaik Stadium for the ceremonial handover on the 26th of April. Exciting stuff. And that's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's get one last look at the roads.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's start off with traffic in Pietermaritzburg in KZN. There's protesting action taking place. This is between Pietermaritzburg and Thornville along the R58 route, resulting in road closures. Please avoid this area and make use of an alternative route. If you're in Bellville, Cape Town, there's some congestion on the N1 inbound ramp. It's to Durban Road. Expect delays and add additional travel time. That's your traffic. Let's take a final look at your weather. And in recent weeks, several parts of the country were lambasted by harsh weather in the form of damaging winds and violent storms, with heavy downpours that brought flash flooding to, among others, Margate on the KwaZulu-Natal south coast, a prime and extremely popular holiday destination in South Africa. Businesses and residents are still reeling from the impact of 2 nights of flash floods in the area. 5 people lost their lives due to the inclement weather. 3 people drowned when the vehicle they were traveling in was washed away. 1 other person was struck by lightning. The 5th victim fell from a roof while attempting to prevent water from entering his dwelling. But the forecast by the South African Weather Service for today reminds one of the saying, all quiet on the Western Front, as no warnings has been issued. We love a beautiful sunrise view, and we appreciate it when you send it through. Nancy from Pennington in KZN shared a fantastic, beautiful one. You can even see the bird in the foreground, but just look at that. On the beach, what a fantastic way to start your day. Well, if you would love to share your beautiful sunrise views with us, do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. Here's a final look at your temperatures for today.
All right, it's time. It's time to panda push or play Lotto. Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2. Why? There is an estimated 17 million rand in total jackpots today. This Wednesday, you could literally become Mzansi's next multi-millionaire.
Oh, you have to dream about that kind of money, but you have to play Lotto for an estimated 3 million rand to make that a reality, or Lotto plus 1 for 5 million rand, or Lotto plus 2 for 9 million rand. You can buy your tickets today. You can do so in-store. You can do on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, through your cell phone banking, or simply by dialing *120 *7529# for USSD.
You don't have to do all of them, just one of them will suffice, but just to do it. And we'll keep those details up on the Expresso social media pages so you've got no excuses. Just make sure that you get yourself in the running to win your share, or the whole bang lot. 17 million rand in total estimated Lotto, Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2 jackpots today. Go and play now. Do yourself a favor.
You know, it'll feel like winning the Lotto is just this guy's face, James Johnston. Honestly, I feel like we've won already. You got a couple of tracks that's coming through. In fact, James Johnston will be performing same songs. Not like the same songs, but that's the name of the song, right? The same song.
That is the name of the song.
Great.
Yeah.
I just want to get myself ready. A little earlier, I don't know if you watched us dancing. We were terrible. So is there like a... Oh, really?
It was great. I was very impressed.
Shop foot. Hey, okay, but I would like to ask you, is there a little line dance move that we can do just for the next same songs?
All right, so I feel like I've been thrown in the deep end a little bit here for the line dancing. I'm not a dancer, but we'll try our best. I've watched TikTok, you watched TikTok.
Yes.
Let's try.
So what are we doing?
All right, so let's just do this one.
On the belt.
You got to get the buckle is important,
Hold
so
the
you got to get
buckle.
that out.
Yes.
And then we do this one.
Yeah.
And then this one.
And this one.
And then step to the side.
Okay, and a step to the side.
There we go.
Is that it?
You're a line dancer.
I am a line dancer.
I want to see those dance moves later on.
I'm so glad we are aligned. That's what we need to be as line dancing. So we're going to be just continuing our little thing here and doing our line dancing, and that's fine. We're going to do that and practice. And when we get back, James Johnston, all the way from the good old Australia, will be doing your thing. He'll be doing the same songs. I mean, the song is same songs. It's confusing. Okay, one more time, just so that we get it.
All right,
so it's like,
one,
here,
two.
here. There we go. You see, look at us. We are so good. Thank you so much. Stay there. Line dance a little later with James Johnston with the same songs.
It's the Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're here to remind you that your mental health should always be a top priority. And I know what you're saying. Oh, Harmony, what about all the stresses of everyday life? Is it even possible to maintain your mental and emotional well-being? And the answer is yes. And today, we're lending you a helping hand with the amazing team from M&I. We have the CEO of the Medical Nutritional Institute, Marianne Duplessis, and also a researcher at M&I, Ashley Smith, as we discuss mental health and stresses and all of that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Marianne, stress is inevitable. Can you tell me, what are the risk factors to our health?
The reality is stress affects our physical health as well as our emotional well-being and our brain function. You know, as South Africans have extraordinary abilities just to add more and more to our plate. But something that we don't do, we don't look out for early signs of stress. And typical signs are irritability, lack of sleep, lack of concentration. You know, we don't have good relationships. And if you don't look out for those signs and do something about it, it can actually lead to burnout.
You know, you spoke about emotional well-being and how stress can impact that. Actually, can you tell me, how does it impact our mood?
So during stress, our bodies release stress hormones such as cortisol, and these actually suppress our feel-good hormones, and thereby it influences how we behave and our emotions. Emotions are important pieces of information that tell you a lot about yourself as well as others. And in the presence of stress, we can sometimes feel overwhelmed and even lose control of our emotions. Besides emotions such as anger, irritation, or frustration, uncontrolled emotions can have a negative impact on our mental health, and it makes us more vulnerable to feeling anxious and even depressed. To help you assess how much stress is affecting your health, we have free online assessments on our website at mnilifestyle.co.za, and we actually also have assessments for concentration in adults and children. The ability to manage your stress and to stay in control of your emotions is very important for your overall health, and for this, Neurovance can help. Neurovance targets various neurological pathways, and it helps you to manage your stress, stabilize your emotions, and also just give your brain a physiological competitive advantage.
Marianne, can you tell me more about Neurovance?
Yeah, you know, we know that when you are stressed, you feel that you're not in control. So you need something that works fast in that moment when you need it. And I think that is one of the unique points of Neurovance. It is fast working. We also know that if you're very tired and you feel exhausted, you're more prone to stress. So it's good to know that Neurovance also optimizes your emotional as well as physical stress. So it helps with your stamina and that resilience in the times when it's really, really challenging. Neurovance also contains no stimulants or sedatives, and that's very important because we want you to optimize in the times when you are very stressed. So Neurovance is going to help you and your child to fight that negative effects of stress on your body. It's going to help with your brain functioning, and it's also going to help for that emotional resilience. So it's a very, very nice product to use every day for the whole family, and it's available from all the pharmacies or online from our website, mnilifestyle.co.za.
Safe and effective. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Remember that taking care of your mental health is not at all selfish, but is very necessary for your overall well-being.
Thank you so much, Harmony. I think a lot of us kind of feel that. We don't stop to think about it and that knock-on effect. So just take a moment to pause and be okay. Everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay.
It's very calming.
It's going to get... Hey.
Wow. Like, especially if you have James Johnston.
Imagine
Everything
he
will
was
be
right
okay.
here, yeah.
Everything will be in line. You know what I'm looking forward to is the same songs. And you're about to hear them.
So I love the power of music to bring people together from around the world. I also love seeing Expresso TV hosts line dancing as well. So we're going to make that happen, but this is Same Songs.
Don't matter where you came from, we're all singing to the same songs. Wagon wheel and chicken fried, take me back to Friday nights with good friends at 2 a.m. just drinking around some fire. Baton Rouge and days go by to Sweet Home Alabama drives. Now these are the soundtracks to the stories of my life, and I know wherever I go, these songs will always take me home. So we're all singing to the same songs, 'cause they're the ones that we you were just like us. So we're all singing to the same songs, 'cause they're the ones that we grew up on. They take us back to where we came from. So we're all singing to the same song. All the same songs. Yeah, I know wherever I go, these songs will always take me home. So we're all singing to the same songs, 'cause they're the ones that we grew up on. They take us back to where we came from. So we're all singing to the same song. We're all singing to the same songs, 'cause they're the ones that we grew up on. They take us back to where we came from. So we're all singing to the same songs.
If you want to hear the same songs, go to the Cape Town Country Music Festival. It's happening 26 and 27 October. That's only if you want to hear the same songs. That's it, right? There we go. There it is.
There it is.
All the same songs will be there from James Johnston from
How
Australia.
incredible. Oh, that was such an awesome performance. I'm quite impressed with Graham's line dancing.
Yes, he does.
I picked up something. That's about all I can do, is those 3 moves. But we got it. We learned from the best, man. From the best. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you were moving. If you were moving at home, we want to see videos. We want to see pictures. Send them to us now.
Exactly. And also line dancing, he made his way a beeline to a coffee shop, and we're going to find out a bit more about that from Graham in the next couple of minutes.
And also play along in our game of Guess the Meal. We're going
Ooh.
to put James to the test.
Oh.
It's my feel-good breakfast.
Welcome back. I missed you so much. Let's play a game, all right? Just to reward you for staying there in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you're hungry to play a little game, I want you to play along with us, please. Okay, we've got another round of Guess the Meal. And today we are playing the milk edition because it's a pantry staple, isn't it? I'm going to show my contenders a series of mystery dishes and that are either served with milk or made with milk, and they need to tell me what they think it is. And of course, we've got some lactose-free milk in front of us that we are enjoying while we do this. And so our competitors are as follows. We have somebody who sings the same songs, James Johnston, all the time. I'm just kidding, but that's one of his songs. And we also have Zoe Brown as well. So, sorry, Zoe Brown Anderson. I need to make sure I get the surnames right. There's so many these days. Anyway, right, so are you ready for this? Remember, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a little clue. Sure. James, I'm going to, if it is something traditionally South African, I know that you're an Aussie, I'm going to try and find an equivalent the best way I can. But here's your first clue, okay? I'm a childhood staple. Childhood staple, and that's the blurred out image. Take a look at that, and what do you see?
That's cereal.
That's, yeah, I think you're on it. I'm going to say we call it cornflakes back home.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was going to
almost.
suggest cornflakes.
Oh, they have that. Okay, great.
Okay,
I'm going to go with cornflakes.
Is it cornflakes?
Cereal.
It's cereal. Well done.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, do you want the point, Zoe? Because I know that you are quite competitive. I just want to make sure. Do you want the point?
I mean, I did say cereal.
Okay, you did.
Okay. So it's who jumps in first? Is this the way it goes? Okay, so
I told you, James.
No, the competition's begun. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Welcome to South Africa with a Zoe. Woo! All right, next one. Okay, let's take a look at this one, and I'll give you a clue. I'm trendy and hot.
Coffee.
Well done. Oh,
yes,
a cappuccino.
Oh, Zoe!
Is there extra points for the specifics? Because there was last time.
Oh my gosh!
It's all about the froth.
It is.
James Johnston's getting first-hand South African
sorry.
competitive nature. This is why we win World Cups. Oh, too soon. I'm sorry, James.
Sore point.
Sorry. Next one. Here's the next one for you. Take a look at this and play along.
Smoothie. Strawberry smoothie.
You want
A berry smoothie.
Wait, let's see.
I think she's
What's the answer? Okay, you did say smoothie first, James. Okay,
yeah.
Shoo.
You did.
Are you sure it's okay that I give him the point, Zoe?
Yes, give him the point.
Thank you so much. Next one. Let's go straight into this next one. I'm also getting warm here. What do you think that is?
Latte. I'm going to say a cold latte.
An iced coffee.
Let's see the answer, please. Oh my gosh! Zoe!
I feel like I deserve a point for that.
I think you do deserve a point.
I think I do.
But you don't know who you play.
No, I don't, apparently.
Do you know what type of trouble I'm in if I give you a point for
No,
that?
give him a point.
Sure.
But I did say iced coffee.
Okay.
Sorry, next one. Here we go. Oh. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, what's that?
Do we have a clue?
The clue is I'm an old favorite that never goes out of style.
Oats.
Okay. James, come on.
I haven't got one for this. I'm sorry.
Go for it. You got this. Old favorite never goes out of style.
Oh, if it's South African, it might be pop, but oats.
Okay, oats.
Yeah,
So oats.
I'm going to go with
clear.
oats.
James, what do you think?
I have to give an answer. I honestly thought it looked like eggs, but I don't know where the milk connection comes in for that. So I think I'm a long way. Maybe scrambled eggs. Let's go with that.
People
Okay,
add a
let's
bit of
take a
milk
look.
to their scrambled eggs.
You're
right. Well done.
Sure. You know, James, we walked you into the lion's den, my friend. I'm sorry, just...
I'm not having a really successful run. I'm always just this far away from the finish line. But...
No, can I tell you how Graham and I are so happy that it's you?
Okay.
You have no idea. Next one, here we go. Let's take a look at this one.
I'm a middle child.
James, come on.
Cold chocolate?
Cold chocolate.
Ice cream.
Oh.
On a cone. On a sugar cone.
Oh, okay, so who said sugar cone ice cream is very specific. James, what do you think?
We have this thing called Milo, which is really popular.
Milo too.
I feel like it looks like a cold Milo. You know?
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's see. Milkshake.
Milkshake.
Both of us are wrong.
We're both wrong. Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay, so no one's getting the point there. Is that okay, Zoe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't check with me.
You can give me a point if you want. That's fine. I feel like I need one. Yeah, thank you.
Next one. This is great. What do you think that is? Come on, jump into it.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Tea.
Tea. Here's the answer. Sorry! That's my goal! Wow! Woo, that was great.
You've played this before, haven't you? You've played this before.
Not the specific one.
You got the answers before the game. I don't know.
No, I promise I did not. I did not.
Thank you very much for playing. This is why country music always are like narratives of, you know, loss of relationship and sadness. That's why James got into the gig. Anyway, right, so what is your favorite way to drink or use milk? Possibly competitively, I don't know, but we'd love to hear from you, so connect with us online. And if you love and miss all these milk dishes because you are lactose intolerant, then just board the Clover No Lac train so you can just enjoy all your favorite dairy dishes once again. Give it a shot, get competitive and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Say goodbye to nausea and cramps and say hello to delicious freedom with No Lac's range of lactose-free milk and yogurt. Be free with lactose-free.
Oh, now that we've given James some of that Zoe PTSD, we can calm things down just a little bit and relax. And I think a place to do that, W Cafe, it bears very few comparisons. You'll notice that they take extra care when it comes to the dishes that they serve. That's why they start at home, or at least at their home, making sure that every recipe is made using only Woolies ingredients. Now, I had the opportunity to visit the Woolworths flagship W Cafe at Waterstone. And when I say flagship, I mean it. Take a little look. W Cafe is known for its meticulous menu, all beautifully curated, using obviously only the freshest and finest ingredients from Woolworths, all ethically and sustainably sourced, as we know. I am at one of their flagship cafes, W Cafe Waterstone, a gem in Somerset West in Cape Town, ready to immerse myself in all the culinary delights and, of course, grab one of the best coffees you can get. What is the role of a barista in serving a really good cup of coffee, as you guys do?
The role of a barista is to ensure that they follow all the necessary steps to ensure that they serve a good cup of coffee every single time. Our bean is 100% Arabica and it's organic, so we ensure that the customer will get the best quality. And then a touch of love when with our baristas are making that coffee makes the huge difference.
All right, where do we begin?
First, you will unlock your portafilter.
I absolutely love the sensation of freshly ground coffee captivating my senses. I am hoping that I can do these beans justice as I try my hand at being a barista, because they are known for their body, their acidity, and a gorgeous citrus undertone.
Not bad for a first time.
After doing this and trying my hand, I fully understand why Woolies coffee is my favorite. And I think it might have something to do with the bean, but I think most importantly, it's the barista. Thank you so much, my man. Sure. Oh, okay, your job might be better than mine, dude. Just spending 5 minutes in a W Cafe, you get it. But from someone who is clearly very emotionally invested in this space and all of your beautiful spaces, what is that W Cafe difference to you?
We work only with Woolies exceptional quality ingredients, so you're guaranteed to get exactly what it is that you expect from Woolies at all times. We also offer a warm and inviting atmosphere here. It's for you, it's for us, it's for your family, your friends, a place to stay a bit longer if you need to work away from home. So that's exactly what our difference is. We strive to do better, to be better, to make iconic dishes, and to be the destination for our Woolies customers and customers also who aren't familiar with this W Cafe format.
As beautifully as you've spoken, I have a feeling I need to taste to truly believe, so I think you and I need to sit down and have a little taste test. Are you up for it?
I can't wait.
I love it. The aromas coming out of this kitchen. At a W Cafe, you can expect an exclusive breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu inspired by international and local trends as well. And obviously, all using Woolies' exceptional quality ingredients. It's like getting exactly what you want, only 10 times better than you thought it could be. Wow. Bianca, first of all, I can see by the happy faces around me that people love what you do. So talk me through your menu and how you maintain this unbelievable standard of quality.
So obviously we benchmark ourselves
We have Woolies right next door. We all know how beautiful and perfect the ingredients are. So every day we source from the closest Woolies, close to every single cafe. We work with our farmers to make sure that our menu is sustainable. Locality is very important to us, so we obviously hold those pillars of strength within our menu. And I mean, just being honest with ourselves, like, we need to train our staff. We need to just know where our strengths and weaknesses lie. So when it comes to our menu, we definitely develop in that manner.
I'm going to have to base myself here for a whole day, just work and eat every sitting to make sure it. But I think for now, we'll try that nacho salad and a bit of coconut cake. I was going to say that you might have the best job in the world, but on a day like today, it feels like I have the best job in the world.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Bianca, what are you doing to us? This looks exquisite and all coming from different kind of polarities. What are you presenting to us today?
The nacho chicken salad. Juicy, succulently seasoned chicken with Chesanyama seasoning. The chicken is free range. We have our crispy nachos on the side here.
Genius.
Love it. Chicken livers, peri-peri, 2 fried eggs, as you can see, homemade naan underneath. Just a beautiful chili oil over the top. And then free-range chicken wings. They're spicy, they're zingy, they're fresh. We have some fresh lemon on the side in case you want that extra citrus boost. And then we round off our beautiful savory dishes with 2 cakes. We have our coconut one, deliciously fluffy sponge. In the middle, we have coconut cream, our very iconic salted caramel cheesecake. And then salted caramel cheesecake milkshake.
Oh,
she's beautiful, she's luscious. We all love her. And then if you guys ever want a cake at any time of your life, a birthday, anything, just give us 48 hours notice from any W Cafe and we'll have that cake ready for you.
Oh, these look beautiful. I think we need to have a little taste. When it comes to food this exquisite, words fall horribly short. The bottom line is you've got to get into your nearest W Cafe and try this for yourself. Wow.
Yes, we were not fasting on that day. It's all in the details. I was absolutely blown away, and you too can as well. Indulge in your favorite coffee cravings with 100% African organic coffee. Treat your taste buds to a delightful meal crafted from only the best, highest quality ingredients, or maybe satisfy that sweet tooth with some incredible freshly baked cakes. I mean, you just saw what they have on offer. All these tempting options available at your nearest W Cafe. And if you're on the go, then why not make a quick stop at your Woolies now for some incredibly good food on the go.
Oh, you mentioned good food. You had me, Graham. Listen, we are still in the kitchen with Warren King, the man behind King's Kitchen, the food truck, and you're about to finish off our delicious prawn and chicken bowl.
Yes.
With a lime shake.
Correct.
So, okay. Should I mimic? Should I assist? May I assist you?
100%.
Okay.
That'd
so
be
we're
amazing.
just going in with the beautiful crispy chicken bits.
You get that.
Fantastic.
And then aioli will go on there, and then we'll start on the garnishes. Here we
Feel
go.
like chef.
You
We're
can
just
take
going
that.
in. We're just going in. Is there a pattern to it?
No, you just feel free to do whatever you want.
Okay. The chili is potent.
Yeah, chili is always amazing. And then some grilled corn.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Spring onion.
Some spring onion.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just something about the way you placing it and the way I'm
touch
placing
with the jalapenos.
Little touch of jalapenos. There we go.
And then what we do is we just dab it lightly with the aioli, slightly on the chicken to get that flavor.
Oh, fantastic.
And then we will go with placing the prawns on the dish.
Oh, look at that. So where will people be able to find King's Kitchen? Are there specific spots where you like to be stationed? Are there perhaps, you know, a place where we can stay up to date on social media where you advertise where you'll be?
Correct. So I'm always on social media. On our Instagram or TikTok page, we launch a new menu every week. Other than the Charlie burger that we prepared, that is the signature burger with the chocolate coffee shake. Some aioli, and yeah, we can just follow us on our Insta page, and we do pop-ups every week. So if you are in whatever area, in the north, south, we will be popping up there anytime soon.
Oh, this looks incredible, Chef. Do you mind if I go in and try one of the chicken with a piece of the chip?
Yeah.
Which one's the tasting one and which one's the display one?
Tasting?
Tasting,
Yeah,
the
you
one
can
I
go
made
the
is the
prawn first,
tasting
yeah.
one. Okay. We'll go in with a beautiful crispy chicken. I love the crunch. Beautiful flavors.
Squeeze some lime on for you for the prawns.
Mmm. That will need an ad break for that. Oh, thank you, Chef. This is incredible. I take this as breakfast, as served.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely incredible. I love how I took a bite and now I have to talk. Well, listen, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Warren King is not going anywhere. He served us our lime shake. We've got our chicken and prawn bowl here, served with our lime shake. And when we get back, Chef's going to show us how to make a buttermilk chicken burger. Ooh, something you do not want to miss out on. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
Don't fall victim to intestinal worms. Use kid-friendly Vermox twice a year and get rid of unwanted guests. Vermox. Don't fall victim to intestinal worms. Don't fall victim to
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting! Nice bass in the kitchen today. The last dish on today's menu is a crispy buttermilk burger served with a vanilla shake. Warren, you have blown us away. A simplistic brilliance, I think, is a great way to kind of encapsulate what you do. There is so much going on in these recipes that we've seen done before, but not like this. Not like this, buddy. You've absolutely blown us away today. We are moving on to the buttermilk chicken burger. There was something about this that people just love. How do you do it? Why is this such a staple for you?
I think because I do it a bit differently. Obviously, having a lot of people have the buttermilk in the chicken to recipe. I marinated the day before. I think the buttermilk also breaks the tendons and makes it more moist in the chicken. So then what I do is I add the buttermilk to the chicken, and then I use paprika, chili flakes, and just salt. Just keep it basic, yeah.
Al natural. Okay, well, we're going to crack on
100%.
And let you work your magic here. There is something beautiful about the texture of a burger like this, but that means you've got to get that right.
You have to, 100%. I believe that. You have to just keep your eye on it so that you don't overcook it, because you don't want a chicken breast all dry.
For sure.
And you don't want the sauce to obviously overcompensate the burger itself because you want to taste the protein before anything else.
Exactly, the integrity of the food. And we get beautiful chicken here. And I know chicken is a lot safer. It's a much safer space to play in than it used to be back in the day. I don't think we talk about the PTSD of, the bygone era when it comes to like salmonella and things like that. We have moved forward greatly. So now it's about getting that balance of the crispy crumb, that texture on the outside, the beautiful tender chicken. You've used quite like solid chicken breasts as well.
Correct, very important. The chicken breast, what I do is I take the chicken breast as a whole, so I don't cut it up and weigh it. So however I get it, I use it. And then I just score it slightly on the chicken breast so it can infuse with all the ingredients. And then on this seasoning, just normal salt that I use in the flour, so salt and cornstarch.
Okay.
I think that 50-50 ratio is very good for it. It also gets that extra crisp into the chicken.
Buddy, how long has it taken you to get to this? Because you do make it kind of look effortless, but I would imagine there's been some blood, sweat and tears to get to these points of perfection.
Oh, no, 100%. 14 years in the making.
Sure.
And then into your nice temperature oil, drop that chicken down.
That's a bit of a conundrum for me because obviously you want your chicken to cook through, but you don't want to overdo it or have a kind of a completely overcompensate, like you say, with the crisp on the crumb. How do you kind of know?
So it's basically just by checking it all the time and making sure that you're not overcooking it. Your oil should be on the correct temperature so that your batter doesn't get brown before your chicken actually cooks.
Okay. Would you go as far as, I suppose you just eyeball these things now, you've got a pretty clear idea, an intuition. How would you know that the temperature is right? What's optimal for?
I think for chicken breast, between 165 and 170 degrees.
Okay.
Just keeping it at bay.
Cool, I get that. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I suppose there becomes this kind of expectation, because you're so well known for the things that you do well, kind of people are coming there to get what they want.
Correct.
Do you feel the weight of that expectation? Is that something that kind of keeps you up at night? Because you've kind of made such an incredible name for yourself now. There is this expectation that you're going to deliver, man.
Yeah, you have to be, I believe you have to be consistent in what you do.
Exactly.
Because if you come to me whenever it is, part of the day, or any time of the year, you want to get the exact same experience to when you came a year ago. So you have to be consistent in what you do because people are coming back for the exact same product.
Completely, especially for this kind of craving food.
Yes, 100%.
And I would imagine, because I unfortunately can't partake in the prawns, but when I look at something like that, it's different, it's simple, but it's brilliant. And you must get people at least once a week coming, okay, it's time, I need my plug-in, I need my stuff.
Yeah, simplicity is key sometimes. Sometimes you just need to keep the ingredients simple, but execute it well.
Do it well.
Yes.
For sure. That's maybe some great jumping off kind of advice for someone wanting to stake a claim for themselves in this space. If someone's got that foodie bug, they've got the talent, but they want to kind of wrap it up in a package, a nice food truck that can speak to that. What advice do you have for them?
I just think before you do anything, especially having a food truck, and you might be coming from the culinary industry or not, you need to plan well, you need to believe in your product, what you're selling, and just try and do something a bit different to what someone else is doing. Because people's perception of a food truck is boerewors, normal burgers. That's why we try and do the burgers, but we do it the gourmet style. So there's something different. And we obviously pair all our dishes with a milkshake. So you're going to basically have a dining experience out of a food truck. Like when you go to a restaurant, when you have wine and something to eat, that's the experience you're
Give
trying
yourself
to
a hook,
emulate.
just a little something. So as we put the finishing touches on these gorgeous burgers, we don't want to rush the process. Absolutely amazed at how you do what you do. I now understand why you have the reputation that you have. Thank you so much for sharing that love with us today. And we'll pop back into the kitchen in just a moment to see the finished product wrapped up. But this has been a journey, and if this has inspired you, we want to see pictures. If you're going to go out there and launch your own food truck, we want to be a part of that journey.
Wow, that's delicious. Thank you so much. The King has been amazing. Warren King, you can take a bow, my friend. You are fantastic. And King's Kitchen, look out for them, follow them on social media. But it's time to win.
Yes, definitely. And you have to Panda Pusher play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 17 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday. That's today. And you could become Mzansi's next multi-millionaire.
So play Lotto for an estimated 3 million rand, Lotto Plus 1 for 5 million rand, and Lotto Plus 2 for 9 million rand. But how do we get tickets?
Well, you need to buy your tickets. You can do so in-store, online, on the nationallottery.co.za website, through their mobile app, your cell phone banking, or by simply dialing *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
Info overload, we know, and that's why all the details are on our Expresso social media pages. So go check them out and make sure to get yourself in the running to win your share of 17 million rand in total estimated Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 jackpots today. Play now and good luck.
And Warren King has proven himself as the king of this kitchen. There we have our beautiful, but let's now look at that. Buttermilk chicken done on a different level. Buddy, thank you so much. And of course, paired with your little milkshake.
Yes,
absolutely
100%.
love it. Dude, I love what you're putting down. It's been so cool having you in our studio today. We wish you continued success. This is all absolutely amazing. I'm going to just add the one last little ingredient that goes in there. Well done. And that looks as good as it tastes. Absolutely amazing. I think this one, it's got even written there, James. It's just for you, buddy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. One last time. What an incredible Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for playing your part to Warren King. Absolutely amazing. But of course, the grand centerpiece has to be Zoe, who won absolutely everything. No, I'm joking.
Please don't
We've
say that.
loved having James here this morning. What a pleasure, man.
And what a talent. And I do feel like I need to apologize. My competitiveness came through and I should have been more hospitable. So apologies for that.
No, it's okay. You know what? The best way to get over a terrible loss, James Johnston, is with Tennessee whiskey.
Ah.
All right, I want to share one of my favourite songs, Tennessee Whiskey by the great Chris Stapleton.
Used to spend my nights out in the ballroom. Liquor was the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottle. Brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Used to look for love in all the same old places. I found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause your love, it always gets me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee fancy whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I'll stay stoned on your love all the time. Honey, I'll stay stoned on your love all the time.
So I grew up in a little small town of about 2,500 people in Australia, and what I've found that I love about sharing my music with the world is that so many people share that same story. So I just want to say a quick thank you so much for making me feel so welcome here in South Africa, and thank you so much for having me on the show this morning. But this is the song that started it off for me. This is called Raised Like That.
I was raised on a main street where everyone knows your name. Clear skies and late nights hanging out at football games. Yeah, looking back, I was born and I was raised like that. Yeah. I was raised where a man's words as firm as his handshake, where everybody cussed the flood but always prayed for rain. Yeah, looking back, I was born and I was raised like that. Yeah. I was raised up on Friday nights, sticking in the small town bars. Raised up on country songs, singing out about broken hearts. Raised up on 40 acres at the end of an old dirt track. And I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wasn't raised like that. Oh! I was raised like, I was raised like, I was raised like that. Oh, I was raised like, I was raised like, I was raised like that. I was raised by a good man who showed me wrong from right. How to work hard, change a flat, be thankful for this life, and always give back. Yeah, I was born and I was raised like that. Yeah, raised up on Friday nights, sticking in the small town bars. Raised up on country songs, singing out about broken hearts. Raised up on 40 acres at the end of an old dirt track. And I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wasn't raised like that. No, I was raised like, I was raised like, I was raised like that. I was raised like that. I was raised like, I was raised like, I was raised like that. I was told life ain't simple, but you ain't alone. Show body's love in this place I call home. So for all these lessons, I count my blessings. I was raised up on Friday night, sticking there to small town bars. Raised up on country songs, singing out about broken hearts. Raised up on 40 acres at the end of an old dirt track. And I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wasn't raised like that. Oh, raised up on Friday night, sticking in the small town bars. Raised up on country songs, singing out about broken hearts. Raised up on 40 acres at the end of an old dirt track. And I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wasn't raised like that.
Say goodbye to nausea and cramps and say hello to delicious freedom with Nolax range of lactose-free milk and yogurt. Be free with lactose-free.
Another feel-good production.